This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Hey, this is Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
And we're from
This Freakin Show.
The weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. Our show, we talk about topics such as sports, technology, the random bullshit that no one really cares about, and of course, friendship.
I thought you said things people didn't care about.
Oh yeah, I guess friendship falls into that.
Anyway, you can find us at thisfreakinshow.com or on iTunes by searching This Freakin Show.
Man, my balls itch.
It's about comic books and movies. Growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that sucked. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
And all find it
scripts.
here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 113. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And there's no Blake.
Again, he's still lost in the black void of
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Or he's doing something honorable.
Yeah, but it's Blake. We can't.
We can't give him props for that. We can't.
We can't assume honor when Fallout 4 is involved.
That's true. So Blake will be back next week. We've had some questions on Twitter. He will be back next week. But in the meantime, because I have to gloat over my Oscar victory this week, we brought Scab Jeff back. Welcome, Scab.
Thank you.
So, Oscars, it was a fun time, huh?
It was.
We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. We can talk about it now. We just can't talk about the winners until we get to the news of the geek. Then we can do our competition.
All right, well, then we can talk about how it wasn't fun because I kept losing.
Oh, see, Scab Jeff has a big party every year. One year I'm going to get to it.
I doubt
That's
that.
that's what you said this year.
No, I said I had a family birthday party. Trust me.
Well, months ago you said, "Yeah, I'll make it. Yeah, I'll make
Well,
it."
I didn't know the birthday party was going to be that night.
You don't have a calendar that you can write things onto several
I think
months
I
in
would
advance.
lose that battle, but my wife would kill me. So anyway, Mr. Scab Jeff, did you win?
I did win, but it was a three-way tie for the win.
Wow, how many correct ones did you pick?
I don't remember. I missed 9.
It's 9.
I think there's 24 categories.
Yeah, there were 24. So whatever the math does.
So 15 and 9. 15 and 9.
I was 12 and 12.
That's not bad. 500.
It's pretty bad.
Looking over my picks, I think it might be better. What did we all think about Chris Rock?
I thought he was. I thought he was funny.
He did okay. There wasn't anything that stood out as iconic moment that will last forever,
But there was nothing that he did that drug on that was annoying, like
Correct.
musical numbers or things like that.
No musical numbers other than just having the nominees sing, and they only did 3 of the 5 nominees.
Is that what it was? Because I thought I missed some. Because I got home right as it was starting. So we paused. I caught all the monologue, and then I missed like a couple of the awards while we were getting ready and everything. So I didn't know if I thought I only saw a couple songs.
Yeah, they only performed 3. 2 of them, which didn't sound very good anyway, were not performed.
Can we all agree that Sam Smith's song should not have won?
I thought the Gaga song was going to win.
I thought that one was going to win too. I don't know if it was better. It was more powerful, but I've heard bad things about the Sam Smith Spectre song. I've not heard many people like it.
I wasn't a fan of any of the songs that were up personally. So
Nothing really stuck out for me either. I wasn't a big fan of any
I
of
mean,
them.
there were other years where there were 2 or 3 songs I liked, and it's like, oh, which one what am I cheering for?
Oh, that one that was nominated for Her was a fantastic song.
I do remember. That was last year? 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago.
The Spectre song, I think, had an issue because Adele kicked ass on the last Bond film.
Well, yeah.
And I think that was a tough one to follow up with Sam Smith. I like Sam Smith. I got several of his songs downloaded, but I was not a fan of that song at all. But I thought Chris Rock did a decent job. I thought he made the joke and he did some good jabs with the racism and the 1960s. We didn't really care who won Best Short Documentary Foreign while we were, being raped and everything else he said.
The problem was it was pretty much the only joke the entire night was the diversity joke, and that was it. That's the only joke they had.
I thought he was funny, but I agree. I was expecting some different side jokes and different subjects.
All right. Since we're talking about it, and they were talking about the boycott and everything, did anyone else think it was pretty shitty of Spike Lee to talk about, we should boycott it, and then he went and accepted an award?
Yes, I was going to say that. I thought that was a little odd. He went the night before, right?
Yeah, he went to the night before and accepted like a Lifetime Achievement Award or something.
I'm going to boycott the Oscars.
Yeah, no, that's part of the Oscars.
Yeah.
You can't accept an award while telling everyone to boycott.
You can't pick and choose.
Apparently you can.
I did like Chris Rock's thing. I wasn't going to quit. I didn't want to lose another job to a white guy. I forgot all about Neil Patrick Harris, who was the guy last year, the host.
Oh, was he last year?
Yeah. He was not that great. I like MPH.
He did some singing.
Yeah.
Oh, I always do singing.
I like MPH. I just didn't think he was that great last year. Better than James Franco.
Everyone was better than James Franco.
Do you think he was high? Do you think he was high during that hosting, James Franco? Or he just didn't give a shit?
I don't think he gave a shit.
Okay.
I can't swear he wasn't high, but I don't know.
Was there any big surprises that we didn't pick, anything that stood out?
That we didn't pick. We picked.
Oh, that we didn't talk about?
We picked all the big ones.
The song was one of mine.
Didn't we pick song?
No, I don't think we did on our list
No,
for
you
the
didn't pick
podcast.
song.
We did not. So, well, never mind. We'll get to that. Anything else going on with you, Scab Jeff? Anything you want to talk about besides the Oscars?
I did start watching Being Human, the British version.
Okay.
I'm in season 4.
Oh, you're in season 4. Okay.
I hate you.
What you told me last Tuesday to start watching?
Yeah, a week ago.
Well, I finished Broadchurch and then I started watching Being Human. So
Yeah, I started Broadchurch. I'm in episode 1.
Of the first season?
Episode 1 of the first
Okay.
season, yes.
Okay. Who did it? Who do you think did it?
You want me to guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm guessing it was...
We won't tell.
Yeah.
well,
I'm
you
gonna
probably
guess
shouldn't
the-
guess yet. I'm not sure if
there's-
everybody's even been in this
Well,
episode.
yeah, I know, but go ahead. Who did you think?
I'm going to guess it's the cop's husband.
Okay. I think every week you should take a guess on who it is.
Okay, I can do that.
Just keep going. I love the first season of Broadchurch. Scab, you're watching the British version. Jeff, now, did you watch the English version or the American version of Being Human?
Yeah, I don't think I watched all
lot.
of it.
Okay.
I watched the first maybe 2 seasons.
Is the British better?
Oh, much better.
Okay.
I mean, it's okay, the American version, but nowhere near as good as the British.
What do you think, Scab?
I like it. It's not the best British show that I've seen, but it's better than Doctor Who.
Does anyone have a magic wand? Screwdriver? Flashlight? Whatever it is?
Sunglasses?
Yeah.
Apparently you got sunglasses now.
But the premise of the whole thing sounded ridiculous.
The premise sounded ridiculous, I'll agree.
absolutely ridiculous. Like
Doctor Who or Being Human?
Being Human.
Oh, okay.
A vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost living together, and shenanigans ensue.
Sounds like a bad joke.
It sounded ridiculous, but it's good, and sometimes it gets really dark, and some of the humor is great. Like it's that British humor that I really, really like. And out of all the British shows that I've been watching recently, I'm pretty sure that every single one has some sort of reference to pedophiles. And I'm very familiar with the
pedophiles?
British,
I'm all worried about this. Time
that
out.
the British call pedophiles pedos.
Really?
They have in every show that I've seen here.
Did they do that in Broadchurch?
They do that in Broadchurch.
365 plus one. Oh, not anymore. It's after the leap year.
Oh, it's after the leap year.
365 Flicks Podcast. Help us out with that. I would not tweet about that, though. That could get dangerous.
You'll be followed by a lot of people.
Yes, not good people. NAMBLA. Do not be followed by them.
Oh, I was thinking more of like the FBI or...
They're in UK. What's their thing? MI6?
Yeah, I'm just saying if you start tweeting
yes.
about PDs or whatnot, then the government might start following you. And
But I'm not sure about the season that I'm on currently. I guess it started like the Terminator season, or it started like the movie The Terminator, where they're in the future and.
Yeah, you might have actually gotten farther than I actually ever watched. I think I only saw the first 3 seasons.
Could you tell Jeff what happened?
They're in the future, and the vampire's taking over the world, and there's a small cell of individuals who go back in time to
This was a
warn the
comedy.
people.
Oh, no, it's not a comedy.
Oh, it's
Oh,
dark.
I thought it was a comedy.
No, the premise makes it sound like comedy, but it's dark. It's scary. I have nightmares.
Really?
I don't think technically the premise was hijinks ensue.
I'm dead serious. I saw it. Oh, the commercial. Well, it was sci-fi, so we're there. But I didn't know that. Oh,
No,
I
it's
may
not
be
a
intrigued to watch it now. I
Yeah.
thought it was a comedy, so I didn't really care.
No, not a comedy at all.
No, it's bloody and
There might
gory
be a
and-
couple of jokes, but that's any show will have jokes
Yeah.
thrown in.
Yeah.
Except for apparently My So-Called Life. Apparently there wasn't a single joke in that entire
Or
show.
King of Queens.
Well, there were attempts at jokes. In
I
King
don't
of
think even
Queens.
those were attempts.
Come on, they brought in Nicole Sullivan for a reason.
I don't think those were attempts. Oh, sorry. That was loud. I saw something on Netflix. Fuller House. The Full House sequel.
Okay.
I'm through 2.5 episodes.
That's probably
Ooh,
2.5
you
too
lasted.
many.
You
No, my
lasted
wife
more
has.
than-
My wife is the one watching it. And even her comment was, I don't know if I can watch anymore. And she loved Full House. This is awful. The first episode, you wanted to see how many references they could make from the old episodes.
Oh, of course.
But it was the first episode. I was like, pace yourself, guys. Just pace it. Just pace it.
I'm assuming after the first episode they'll stop making all the references. They like throw them all into the
No.
beginning, and because they're having the characters for the pilot that aren't going to be in for the whole season.
Stamos is in the second one. He makes a cameo.
Oh.
It's also because he's executive producer.
so he wants it to succeed.
Yes. It is not good. It is a guilty pleasure. It's like watching a car wreck. You slow down, you watch it, and you're like, I can't believe this got greenlit. I will say, Stephanie, Jodie Sweetin, my goodness, did she get a big personality in the off season?
The off season in the last 20 years.
I felt like her agent was basically, hey, they want you for Full House, and you just hear the tires squealing, and she goes to the plastic surgeon to get the boob job. It is ridiculous. Fun, but
know.
ridiculous.
Didn't she have big boobs and pants off, dance off?
I don't know. I'm a little scared that you said that.
What's pants off,
It was some
dance
show
off?
on Much TV.
What's Much TV?
That was like the Canadian MTV.
Do you have Canadian TV?
I had satellite at one point.
Oh,
in time.
okay.
It was on the Direct TV. So
Oh, okay. I don't know. But I have not seen
I'm
her in
not
20 years.
disappointed. The name of the show sounds much better than it actually was.
Okay.
You know,
So there were no pants off?
they really weren't taking their pants off.
No.
I did.
No. My comment was while watching it, watching Fuller House, I looked at my wife, I said, meth does a body good because she looks a lot better than when she was on meth. And that's not even allegedly. That was in People.
Well, people.
I think she was arrested for meth, too. But
I knew there was drugs. I don't know what drugs it was, but
I was surprised Dave Coulier would not stick around.
did he at least cut it out?
Yes, first episode. Cut it out. And they did make a joke in the second episode. You know, Jodie Sweetin did "Have Mercy" to John Stamos, and he's like, "No, how rude."
How woo.
Yeah. So,
But how's Kimmy Gibbler?
Yeah, she's still there. The kids, the child actors are not good. They're not good.
They weren't on the original show.
I did like the comment in the first episode that all the original cast, they're like, oh, and I think it was Kimmy Gibbler. She's like, oh, where's Michelle? And they all, I think Danny Tanner goes, oh, she's too busy with her clothing line. And they all look at the camera and just stop for like 3 seconds. And then they go back to their show. I thought, oh, that's kind of funny. That's a nice little dig. So, it's not good.
You know what they should have done? They should have got Ashley Olsen to come in and play.
Ooh. She's too busy being Scarlet Witch.
Oh, well.
As Scarlet Witch. That would be better.
Even better.
That would be better. So, anything else we're watching? Flash? Anyone caught up on Flash?
Not tonight's episode, obviously.
It's not. It's gone until March 22nd.
Oh.
There's a couple week break.
Oh, that was the break?
Yeah. Did you see the Zoom being unmasked?
I saw the reveal.
Okay, spoilers for the next minute. Who do you think it is? Is it really Jay Garrick?
I'm thinking it could be one of two things. Jay Garrick from Earth 1, or whatever his name is since he was adopted, or they're going to Earth 3.
Doug, number one fan, said he thought it was Hunter Zolman, who's another one.
Yeah, that's the Jay Garrick from Earth 1.
Is it? Okay.
Because they found his doppelganger. He was adopted.
I saw that. I forgot what his name was. I thought Hunter Zolman was a different one. Okay.
I think that's who it was.
Okay.
It was a name like that. So.
Is that Jay Garrick in the mask in the prison? Another Jay Garrick?
That's what I'm thinking that might be, too. He might be going through and collecting Jay Garricks all over the place or something.
That's pretty... Okay, that could be clever. I thought originally that... He got reminded me of Diggle with the mask in that. I thought, could that be Earth 3 Diggle? It wouldn't make sense. It makes more sense as Jay Garrick from the other Earths. I did like that when Diggle showed up in this episode and he asked who's the scientist that makes everything. The guy scientist. Vibe. Ramon. Cisco.
Yeah.
He's like, how's the mask? Could use some adjustments. Cisco's like, I'll take care of it. Because he gets a new mask this season. So.
Well, good. Because his old one looked kind of dumb.
Oh, it looks bad.
Spartan.
It does look like Night Thrasher. I agree. You said
every time I see it, it's Night Thrasher.
The Flash, though, like I said, I binge watched 3 episodes the other night. I am loving that show. It is a fun show.
I won't say love it.
I know me and you have a little difference of opinion, but it is my favorite show of the superheroes. Legends of Tomorrow is getting close.
I think I already like Legends better, just for the simple fact that you have
Wentworth Miller.
Yeah, Wentworth Miller.
I agree.
Alone.
Hobie for Wentworth, or Wentworth Miller for Hobie. Wentworth for Hobie. Hashtag it.
Yeah. Hashtag.
We want him on Skype. Or he can show up.
Oh, we'll invite him into the
Bob Studios. We'll do that. He might show up quicker than Tara Reid. I feel like Tara Reid would give more sexual favors for though.
The problem is
never coming on your show.
The problem is I think we could give Tara Reid directions to get here and she'd get lost.
She would be lost in Newfoundland.
Yes.
Take a look at Alone in the Dark, people.
What do you have against Tara Reid?
She's awful.
But she was in
Josie and the Pussycats.
No, the sequel to the Coen Brother movie, Big Lebowski 2.
Oh, she was everybody in Big Lebowski too.
She was. Can we do a moment of silence for George from Naked Gun?
George Kennedy.
George Kennedy. Moment of silence.
And can we yell at the Academy for not putting Abe Vigoda in the in memorandum part?
Yeah, do they have something against Fish?
Well, Fish, yeah, because that's a TV show. But, I mean, he was still a film actor, too.
I agree, but I feel a little bad for him. I don't get it. It's kind of like when, Corey Feldman was dead? Or Haim, whichever one. Doesn't matter. When they didn't put him in, he was in Lost Boys.
And License to Drive?
Oh.
And Lucas?
Okay, well, I wouldn't put him in now either. Especially after License to Drive. So, anything you're watching? Anything else, Scab Jeff?
Watching 4 seasons of Being Human has taken up most of your time. Most of my time.
Okay.
I did just see the new Gotham last night.
I have not. You can talk about it, Jeff. Did you see it?
Oh, I saw it.
How is Dr.
So is the backstory for Hugo Strange correct?
I have no clue what Hugo Strange's backstory is.
What's Hugo Strange's backstory?
That's a good question. I can look it up.
Well, I tried to look it up on Wikipedia, and it has like 3 different ones.
Oh, well, it is DC.
So they probably have 3 different backstories.
I saw the promo for him, and he looks like him. He did a good job.
Stevie Wong in the first. I'm like, that's the psychiatrist from Law and Order.
Oh, I was thinking the scientist from Jurassic Park.
Was that Stevie Wong?
Yeah. It's the same character.
Oh. The same
Not
character.
same character. Same.
How about the backstory for Mr. Freeze?
That's pretty close to what I know of the backstory.
Is his fiance or wife?
His wife is sick with a disease, and he's trying cryogenic experiments to hope to save her.
That is pretty close to it. I think they changed it a little bit in the new 52, but I think he's more sympathetic in the new one. I forget how they did it. But it doesn't matter because DC's getting changed over again. Did you see that?
I didn't, but it doesn't surprise me.
They're combining some of New 52 and the old. So now it's a whole nother thing. It's like... And you wonder why people stop collecting. You keep changing this. I had no problem with the New 52. If you're going to do that route, that's fine. Stick to it. But everybody knows it's going to change.
Yeah, aren't they like ending the run of like everything at 52 and starting over again?
Yeah.
So like all the original New 52 books are getting up to issue 52, and then they're going to reboot them all.
Oh, is that what number it is?
I think that's what I thought I heard him say on Graphic Novice.
Great. I know they're redoing what do you call it? Batman or Detective and Action. They're going back to their original numbering because 1,000 soon.
Yeah, it's coming.
Soon.
Yeah, big numbers coming up soon, so we have to go back to the original numbering.
Yes, that is B.D. Wong is the Dr. Hugo Strange and Jurassic Park. So
The henchman for Penguin, who's now in the main seat.
Butch?
Yeah. Is he somebody from the comic books?
I don't think so. I think he's just...
Because he's got like that cool drill on his hand, which seems like somebody from comic books.
I love how he switches. Didn't he have a boxing glove or something?
He had a couple different things in the last couple episodes.
But that seems like a comic book type of thing. And I just didn't know any better.
I feel like, and I haven't watched the newest one, I feel like I'm kind of enjoying it now that I know what it is. Yeah. Like, I know what it's not going to be.
You've been enjoying
I
it,
have been
other than the Bruce Wayne shit.
Fuck
And he
Bruce
wasn't
Wayne.
in this episode.
At all?
I think the only thing he was in the flashbacks to get you back up to
Good.
speed. So that's probably why this was a more enjoyable episode.
I do enjoy it. I'm not saying that.
Didn't it win the floppy?
Let's not talk about that.
It won the floppy 2 years in a row.
I am enjoying it. I'm not saying that I don't want to be like, oh, I hate it and try, be the cool kids. Because we know Dev has never been cool. But I'm just saying, I feel like I'm enjoying it more because I realize what it is and what it's not going to be. So it's like, okay, I've accepted that. I'll move on. It's not my favorite superhero film or show. It's probably down on my list. I think it's better than Supergirl.
Apparently you're one of the few people. Everyone loves Supergirl.
Obviously, I'm wrong. I don't get it. Dev likes it, doesn't like it, so I'm with him on that. You are cool, Dev. I can change quick. So
I can change.
Listener feedback?
All right, listener feedback. Let's start with, how does Doug sound?
Number one fan.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
How does he sound? Well, I love Disney. Just saying that Disney is awesome. Disney.
All right.
That's my Doug impression.
All right, write us in on how much you like Jason's Doug impression.
I should have just done that impression, see if you could have gotten it. It's pretty spot on. I don't have the voice of a Scottish angel like Chris from 365 Flicks Podcast.
Fucking A!
It's shite. But I will say I'm pretty close. Pretty close. Kev wishes he was as good. Chris carries that show.
Wow, digging up,
Just throwing the dirt on. Throwing it on.
shaking them up and letting them go.
Yep.
All right, well, Doug says, will trading Dion Phaneuf vault Toronto to the Stanley Cup?
No.
Hashtag left field.
Toronto is in full trade mode. They traded everybody. I think they traded seats. Some seats that weren't, down.
Oh, empty seats?
Yeah, I mean, they weren't using them. So you might as well trade them. I think they trade them to Edmonton. And Edmonton's like, we can fill more arenas. With seats, not with people, but with seats.
Well, we're actually put seats in our seats.
Yes. So it looks filled on TV. Toronto's had some rough time, but at least we're in full-blown, trade mode. I think they said they have 17 picks in the next 2 years.
Wow.
So that's good. It doesn't really matter if you can't pick anybody.
See, I kind of wish Columbus was in full-blown trade mode, but they already traded everything of value they had, other than their injured goalie.
Is Columbus in last?
I'd be stunned if they weren't.
Okay.
They were last time I checked.
Okay. I don't follow Columbus that much, so.
Yeah. I'm going to the game on Friday.
Are you?
Yeah.
Up in Columbus?
Yeah.
Who do they play?
They're playing the Oilers.
Oh! Is Nickel coming down?
I don't know. I didn't invite him.
He doesn't have a cabin to work on anymore, so you might as well come down.
That's
Sorry.
shite.
Sorry.
That's
Nickel.
yeah. It's like a friend of mine was saying, "Oh yeah, let's go to the game." I'm like, "All right, we'll pick a game we'll go to." And he's like, "All right, we're going to Edmonton game." And I'm like, "Man, should I wear my Hobie jersey?"
Do you want to wear the Hobie jersey?
I don't know if I can because I'm still cheering for.
Oh, you could wear their Hobie jersey.
Yeah, but I can't not cheer for the Blue Jackets.
That is from Nickel.
Is it
From Graphic Notes?
Edmonton Oilers?
Edmonton Oilers jersey and Hobie on the back. He personalized it. I feel really bad still.
And he still didn't win Best Canadian?
He won.
He tied. I don't need shit from you either, okay?
Well, I didn't win anything.
You won. You were nominated for Best Guest. Of course, everybody was that came on our show.
Yeah,
But,
well, whatever. But
Doug won because
Doug
he was
won
here.
because he was here. Yeah.
He was the only one left. So,
And you wonder why I don't bring Pez.
well, I know.
That's
We're
great.
running.
I told you were supposed to bring Pez.
That's right. I told you I would
After
kill
you
you
took
last.
all my money at the Oscar party, you were supposed to at least bring Pez.
Well,
I actually asked my wife to bring it back today. She went out to the store and she forgot.
Oh, divorce might be a good option now. Just saying.
Is that grounds?
Grounds for
If
divorce.
it's grounds, I'm all
Pez.
for it.
If she did the Kroger click list, it'd be easy. Just pull up and they put it right in.
She's banned for life from Kroger.
Oh, okay. She threw chili on somebody?
No.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it's Aldi's for you guys.
Oh. I'm so hungry I could eat Aldi's food. Oh.
This ain't bad.
I don't know. I'm just... just joking. Calm down. I didn't know you were... This episode is sponsored by Aldi's. I'm sorry.
Well, not anymore.
This episode is sponsored by Tara Reid. Not anymore.
Now, listener feedback. Always gonna demand an apology next
Oh, we're
week.
getting there. Keep going, Jeff. What do you got?
And Doug is asking Bad Grandpa, what the hell happened to Robert De Niro?
The
Did we
movie's
have this already?
We kept skipping it.
Oh.
Bad Grandpa, what the hell happened to Robert De Niro? Scab Jeff, would you like to field this one?
I didn't see it.
I know, but what happened to Robert De Niro?
Maybe it's a fantastic film. I can't judge it.
Wait.
No, you can.
We deduced, or we figured out that you are an American. You can judge it without seeing it.
Hashtag Hobie so American. American. I don't know what happened to De Niro. I feel like he's up there with Al Pacino. I don't know what happened to these two guys in their twilights. Did they lose money with the pyramid scam?
Bernie Madoff?
Yeah.
And whatnot?
Did they lose that? Is that why they're doing it? Are they Kevin Bacon in it?
Kevin Bacon in it? What?
Kevin Bacon lost his retirement fund, all his retirement because of Bernie Madoff.
Damn him.
Yeah. Him and Kara Cedric. That's why she's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I didn't know she was on Brooklyn.
But I can't believe she's on it. Bad Grandpa looked better than some of the movies.
It did?
I don't know. I was thinking about watching The Intern.
The Intern looked better than Bad Grandpa.
It got decent reviews.
It looked amusing.
Bad Grandpa got nudity. Has nudity.
Robert De Niro?
Oh, I hope so. Or Dave Franco. Did you know, speaking of Franco, did you see they're making a sequel to Neighbors with Seth Rogen and Dave Franco? How he moved it, the sorority.
Hasn't
or the
that already
fraternity?
been released?
No, Neighbors 2 has not been released yet. It's April.
That just came out and it didn't do well. I thought it was on your box office bombs before.
This week?
No,
a
it
couple
did,
of weeks
like.
No, Neighbors 2 has not come out yet.
It hasn't?
No.
Oh.
How to Be
But
Single came out.
but the original Neighbors that came
It
out
didn't
like
do too good.
Yeah, it was like on your box office bombs.
Yeah, well, that
so
was like-
that's within the last couple years.
Unless,
right?
yeah.
A couple of years. Well, God, now you're making me look this shit up.
I'll do the next feedback for you. From Pam Morris.
Cousin Pam.
Cousin Pam. I'm watching last night's Walking Dead. Oh my god, my anxiety level is through the roof waiting for something bad to happen. It's coming, Pam. Trust me. I do not trust any of these people or their whole situation. She's talking about the Hilltop people. So with the dead crew walking into yet another society, quote unquote, who do you think's going to die? Will Rick knock up Michonne? I like to knock up Michonne. I am a little I can't really say anything because I know that somebody's dying. I don't know officially who because I read the comic books and they've swayed away from the comics. Personally, I think Abraham and Daryl might be the ones to go. I don't think they're going to kill Glenn. Spoiler, he dies in the book because of Negan. So I don't think they're going to do that in the movie, in the TV show.
You just ruined that all for me.
Sorry, you're 6 seasons behind. You'll be fine. You'll forget by the time we get there. Hell, you didn't even finish being human, okay? I'm sure you'll be fine.
That's because they go on long hiatuses.
Not on Netflix.
I watched it many years ago before season 4 ever came out.
Oh, well, you're a worldly man.
And I waited.
Britain?
No, on BBC America.
Look at him. He's watching Canadian shows and British shows. Oh, look at you. High tea.
On real TV.
You know what? Fuck you. Why don't you go join Kevin? I'm taking Chris over here.
All right, we'll ask Nickel to join us.
No. Nickel's coming here. Nickel's coming here.
You bet.
Oh, I bet. He doesn't have a cabin to take care of anymore. He's fine. Which is shite. Anyways, yeah, so I think it is going to be quite interesting. This is the first 3 episodes since they came back from mid-season premiere has been awesome. I am loving it, and they finally have turned the corner. I was kind of giving up on it for a while. I still watched it, but I was like, ugh. Now, it's awesome. They're adding more people. Jesus, the character Jesus in it is awesome. So, there you go.
So it's Jesus, not Jesus?
It's Jesus, yeah. So, he looks like Jesus. That's why they call him that.
Oh, okay. So he looks like Chris Ferguson.
Yeah, and he has holes in his hands. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, send your complaints to Jason at Graphic Novels. So, yeah, I'm excited. Pam, I'm with you on this.
All right, I'm looking it up. Apparently, Neighbors did over $150 million.
Are you
Really?
On an $18 million
In America?
budget.
America?
Yeah, USA.
Wow.
$150 million in the USA.
I would start changing
Almost $50 million on opening weekend.
What year was it?
13?
14. August of 14.
I would start changing USA, but we should not be proud of that.
So, yeah, it looks like Neighbors 2 is coming out the May 20th.
Oh, okay.
Is that what I saw?
I'm sure it would probably dethrone Captain America Civil War then, so that would be good.
But, okay, sure. But, yeah, I think it was stupid computer. But anyway, yeah, it hadn't come out yet. Maybe I saw the commercials for it.
During the Super Bowl?
I thought it was like Christmas time. So I just assumed it had already been out.
Won't be the first time we didn't check facts.
It would have been, I think, probably the 113th time?
Maybe. But we can't confirm that either. We don't know that fact. I'll finish up here with Pam. Regarding Gotham, she does not want to see the return of Fish Mooney either. Her role is played out. Let it be over. Would love Jerome to return if it could happen, but it won't. I like the idea that his Joker presence is going through this city. I like that.
I like the idea of somebody else can be Joe. Joker isn't one person. Joker is an idea that other people just...
But he did do a real good job.
Oh, he did.
The first episode he was in, I was not sold on him at all. But by the end, I was like, oh, he is creepy.
Well, the first episode, he didn't do it. It wasn't until he was being interrogated and then just looked up with that smile. And that was... Otherwise, he was playing it straight.
Mm-hmm. I will say I would love to see Jerome back. I'm glad they're not because it would be kind of ridiculous. But I like the idea that it just goes... Okay, Jeff, go ahead.
From Meow God at Meow God.
Meow.
Top 5 Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Venom, triple exclamation point, as the neutral muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Moriarty, mastermind. Mystique, infiltrator. Bellatrix Lestrange, and the Jackal.
Who's Bellatrix?
From Harry Potter.
Okay.
She's the insane, crazy lady, is played by Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh, you should have just said her name. Crazy and strange goes right hand in hand.
I agree. Mystique is a great pick.
I like Moriarty, Good mastermind.
Well, yeah,
we
already
picked that.
He was our number one.
Venom was up there for the muscle for me. I picked Carnage just because I wanted to see him and Predator on the same team. This was top 5 pick from last week, the Suicide Squad. So, the Jackal. That's interesting.
Yeah, what exactly are we, the Jackal? Like the movie, the Jackal?
No, not the Bruce Willis movie. I hope not. Same idea, though. Spider-Man, the Jackal, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
So, the mad scientist that can, build clones and all that stuff.
So how is that anything like the Bruce Willis Jackal?
He changes personalities. I think the Jackal does too. I don't know.
I think the Jackal was a sniper assassin.
That's in your world.
In the Bruce Willis movie.
Are you sure?
Well, if it was based on Day of the Jackal, he was, yeah.
I think I could be wrong.
Wow.
Moving on. That was one of my favorite top 5s last week was the Suicide Squad. Just to have fun of picking the characters.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
So
Mine was the best.
yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so this one. Go ahead, Jeff.
VF. At VF Graphic Novice.
Mm-hmm.
I expect an apology next episode for those Alabama comments.
We did nothing wrong with Alabama.
Well, I think what happened was you were talking about Alabama, and I asked you, what percentage of people from Alabama do you think you're smarter than? Mm-hmm. And then everything got out of control at that point. But that's essentially what it was. Mm-hmm. So it may have sounded like I was calling Alabama stupid.
Were you?
I definitely was not. I have a 7-year-old. Well, I looked up some stats about the intelligence of Alabama as a whole. Let me find. Here's an article written on Alabama.com, AL.com, was titled, "Are Alabamians Dumb? ? Appears so, according to analysis." This was written in June of 2014, and apparently they examined all of the tweets that came, or a large percentage of the tweets that came out of Alabama for grammar, spelling, things like that, and from all the other states. And Alabama was one of the bottom ones with with a reading level of 4th grade overall. And
Now, it could just be very advanced first graders tweeting.
it could be. But then it could be very... Well, I think the difference between 1st graders and 4th graders and everything above 4th graders, the percentages are a little there. But another 2014 poll had Alabama with a reading score of 4.42, so not quite a 5th grade reading level, and average IQ score of the entire state of 95.7.
Okay.
So Mississippi... Louisiana and California are all worse on IQ.
So it's kind of like Manitowoc, Wisconsin, if it was a state.
But Ohio, where you're from, the average IQ is 101.8.
Oh, so we are smarter than Alabama.
Significantly.
O-H-I-O,
according to these studies, significantly.
We're taking those studies.
So... what that implies is that you are probably smarter than at least half of Alabama.
Well, I got some facts, too, about the illiteracy rate of Alabama.
Oh, okay.
Now, it's from 2009, because that's the most recent.
I think I had that, too.
Yeah. Some of the counties have doubled the national illiteracy rate of 14.5%. That's not good. So that would be about 30% illiteracy. The report released this past week in 2009 shows that 15% of Alabamians lacked basic reading skills. This is a vast in 2003. This is a vast improvement from the studies in 1992. In there, it was 21% through the whole state. 12 states in 2009 have illiteracy rates higher than Alabama, so they were 37th in the country.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. They tied South Carolina. They have a total of 15% illiteracy rate is what they're at.
Okay.
District of, let's see here. While it's getting better, make no mistake, 6% is a big improvement from their last one.
Yeah.
They still have a long way to go to close the gap. The gap between those who can read and those who can't is not only an educational issue, but a socio... Okay, what the hell? Come on, I'm not reading all this.
Well, you should have read it before so you could have highlighted the important parts.
Yes, so that was an important part that they have trouble reading. I think it's more than Detroit. We still don't know about Detroit. The city of Detroit.
The city of Detroit was more than...
It was. I don't know which way, though. Like, 50%, 49% one way or another.
Yeah, it was 48% literacy rate is what they said.
Okay, so 52% illiteracy then. I think we figured it out.
I'm not sure.
Come on, we're smarter than Alabama. We should figure this out.
I did run into some Alabama laws, too.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
I think sodomy's illegal.
Incest is legal.
It is legal?
Incestuous marriages are legal.
No. Or is that stereotype? Are you being serious?
These are serious laws. It's illegal to have an ice cream cone in your back pocket at any time.
What? Even if it has no ice cream in it?
It doesn't say the actual text of the law, but
Oh, okay.
I think it's more the spirit of the law.
I think they try to keep the homosexuals out. It's kind of like the bandana in the back pocket. I think that's what they're thinking. Nothing's in your back pocket. It's my wallet. Get you out of here. You like men.
What does it have to do with ice cream cones?
Because something's in the back pocket.
If you put your ice cream cone in the back pocket, it's a symbol that you might be gay.
There, you cannot open an umbrella on the street. The reason for the law is you might spook horses.
Do they not have cars in Alabama anymore?
I'm assuming this is just an old law that has never been taken off the books.
I think
Can't
it was
play
2000.
dominoes on Sunday.
Or any day do you want to?
Dominoes is a big gambling game, and it's probably one of those Sunday blue laws.
I feel like these laws were probably in the 1800s, but I feel like they revisited them and kept them alive in 2012 in Alabama.
I don't think Alabama ever
Putting
revisited
salt on a
laws.
railroad track is a capital crime. You could be executed for it.
Oh, that's a real one still.
Wow, I didn't realize that railroads were like
Fragile?
snails or slugs.
Well,
I
Something that would kill them.
I don't understand that either.
they curl up. Then you can put it in your back pocket, the train.
Maybe someone from the smarter Mississippi next to them told them that just to see what they would do.
Ooh. You're calling Mississippi smarter than Alabama?
Every single stat that I looked at had Mississippi
over Alabama?
over Alabama.
Really?
And every intelligence.
So I'm going to apologize to Mississippi for assuming the worst.
That's right.
Except for that one 2014 poll that had the IQ just a little lower than Alabama.
Because I thought I saw somewhere that Mississippi was 50th in education.
And I'm just going to say right now, VF, I think you should apologize to us. Because we served you. Yeah. Drop the mic. Sorry, that was actually...
the mic.
that was Idris Elba's mic. And by mic, I mean mic stand. There it is.
I don't know what you mean by that.
No, nothing. Go on. Moving on.
Moving on.
Do you have any other facts about Alabama? That's some fun ones. Okay.
That's all that I wrote down today.
Don't spook the horses.
Its capital is Montgomery.
Ooh.
Now, how many people in Alabama know that?
Less than half.
From Devin F. at Real Big Dev.
Nobody from Alabama's ever coming on your show.
I don't think we have many listeners in Alabama. That's why we picked that state. We have very good throughout the country. Alabama's not so much.
And I'm not saying I'm smarter than everyone in Alabama. I'm sure there are
At least 40.
I'm sure there's hundreds of people in Alabama who are smarter than me. They have universities there, right?
I would, well, 5th grade, but if you said they're all 4th grade reading levels.
What's the population of Alabama?
17. Oh, not related to each other? 17. Related to each other, probably about 6 million.
I'm not even exactly sure how that joke was
Inbred.
supposed to...
And moving on. Just keep going, Jeff. Just roll with it.
Oh, I'm just rolling with it.
Dev. Let's go with Dev.
Let's go with Dev.
Who's a guest next week for us?
The R rating, so as we were talking about the R rating from Deadpool.
Yes.
The R rating comes from the Puritan values of the Ratings Guild. That the Ratings Guild follows. I'm reading this all wrong.
Yes. The Ratings Guild follows.
Yeah. The R rating comes from the Puritan values the Rating Guild follows.
Okay.
I think that's being very, very simplified.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's going to be rules that you follow, and whatever rule you follow, that movie will be rated R.
I have seen more since our last episode. More people still bitching, and even at my work, they were bitching that they can't take their kids to see this. Who would make a superhero film R-rated? What?
Did you start listing all the ones that we talked about?
No, because I didn't want to get fired, so I just started leaving. I did not want to get into this conversation. There was like 3 or 4 people at work that were bitching about, and then
these are the conversations I love to get.
I'm just like,
about.
You know what? Take your 7-year-old to it. That's fine. Go ahead and take him, and then you'll come out bitching. Why didn't they warn us? They fucking did.
It's like, he's not really a superhero.
He's a mark.
I mean, come on. If your kid loves superheroes, let him be a Captain America fan.
Hell yeah.
Deadpool's not a superhero.
Yeah, he's a mercenary with the mouth. The merc with the mouth.
Exactly.
For the American ratings, though, don't they have real strict rules? Like, if you say fuck this many times...
Oh, they do. You can't say fuck more than once.
If you show breast, it's a R rating. It was back in the day. With
I was under the impression that there wasn't much room for...
Well, there's not, but whatever... I mean, we were talking about why Deadpool was rated R.
Well...
and any stretch of the rules... The reason it's not rated R is because they cut out what would prevent it from being NC-17.
They did. Ryan Reynolds did say the Deadpool on Blu-ray will be like Deadpool 1.5. Like there's so much more in it that they're going to add to the Blu-ray.
It'll be an unrated version because they didn't want to go with NC-17.
So that would be kind of fun.
It's rated R because the only other thing it could have been was NC-17.
I like it. I don't understand why.
Snake Oil Comics at SOC Podcast asks, what non-fictional figure would you like to be for a week?
Just to make sure. Yes, non-fictional figure would you like to be for a week? That's a tough one. I feel like Mark Zuckerberg could be a good one.
This week, Leonardo DiCaprio would be a good one.
Hell yeah. Any week.
You know what? I could be one for a week. I'd probably just pick somebody who is incredibly rich and then give me the money so when I'm no longer him for a week, I'll have his money.
It's pretty meta.
So that's like if you had 3 wishes, you'd wish for more wishes.
I think it's against the rule.
No, let's say I'm Bill Gates.
Well, wouldn't that be against the rule?
I would think it would be.
I'm Bill Gates, and I've got my billions of dollars, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to start donating it to random people. How about Jeff now in Cincinnati, Ohio? You get $200 million. And then I'll stop being... out of his hundreds of billions?
And you're him. You could do more than that. Why not do it all?
Then people might catch on.
I feel like the $200 million will...
That you became him for a day?
A week.
A week?
I feel like the $200 million will definitely exceed your life expectancy. You might be all right with $50.
Oh, come on.
5,000. You and your furry rabies, I don't know.
You don't think I'm going to live till my next birthday?
Maybe. Anyway. Just saying.
I mean, I got to make house payments here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I do feel bad now with your next birthday. Okay, I guess you'll make it. Yeah, you'll live. Morris, who would you be? Trump?
I had lost control of that. Let me...
Donald Trump would be fun.
No, I would not want to be Donald Trump. I would try to derail his...
I would be Trump. You can't derail him.
Exactly. I would try to derail it, and he'd just become more popular.
He said that he could stand in the middle of Times Square and shoot someone, and nobody would leave his voters. His voters wouldn't leave him. It's true.
Probably is true.
He's going to win all 12 states tonight, is what they said on the Super Tuesday.
That doesn't surprise me.
Alabama's, I think, one of them.
Well, the sad part, he's going to end up winning probably 42 of the states. And I honestly, Iowa probably win 49. Iowa will be the only one he doesn't win.
I feel Alaska might take a stand. Go Alaska!
What was I saw a meme on the internet the other day that was like, does anyone else get the impression that America is now in the where the writers are writing the last season where they don't really care anymore?
That's a good description.
Fuck it, let's just throw this out there. I'm not trying to get political, but it is. Wow, it's bad. The UK guys mock us every week, and I would too. So,
although
the UK guys at nerdly.co.uk that we're on,
I do have to say,
not pedos.
No, stop it.
I do have to say, I did hear the best reason to vote for Trump last week.
What's that?
Al Sharpton said he'd leave the country if Trump won.
It's true.
So
I'm thinking I might be going to Canada if I.
Okay, the biggest question I have is what makes all these people who are threatening to leave the country think other countries will take them?
Canada will take me.
Yeah,
I have an in, nickel.
Yeah, but they're even kicking him out of his cabin, so...
I know, I think we could make a stand. I'll be with you, stand with nickel, hashtag. I think we could do, like, Pretoria in Family Guy. We could make his cabin his own land.
Whatever you do, don't annex the pool next door.
That's right, don't do that. We're going to have Castro come in. Okay, so what non-fictional guy? Have you picked Scab?
I can't really come up with anything. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is my best bet this week.
Did you see his comment at the Academy Awards when he was getting his Academy Award engraved? He was handing it to the woman that does the engraving, and he's like, "Do you do this every year?" And she's like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "I wouldn't know." He actually said that. I was like, "Good for him."
Well, he wouldn't know.
Exactly. Neither would the other guy that won for Best Supporting.
Yeah, Mark Rylance wouldn't have known either. Good point.
I'm just wondering.
Sylvester Stallone still doesn't know.
Do you have to carry that Academy Award all night with you now? That'd be kind of annoying after it gets engraved.
I would carry it around and show it.
I would make it as like 3-6 Mafia, just put it around your neck.
I think every movie I've ever seen where they won an award like that, they bring it to the bar after the awards, and it's there on the table.
I'm taking it up to Nichols' neighborhood bar.
Yes.
Like when the Grey Cup was there, he can come and get pictures of me and my Oscar.
Not to harp on other podcasts, but how does VF not go to the neighborhood pub and drink?
I don't know.
He said in 2 episodes ago that he doesn't go to the bar and drink, like just to hang out. I'm like, what? How do you not do that? It's like we still spend
our 20s in the bar.
Yeah, in the neighborhood bar.
Maybe my 30s even.
A lot of us met our wives at the bar. Yeah.
Well, you.
Well, okay, me. So, okay, moving on, Jeff. Pop culture.
Pop Culture Cafe at TPC Cafe. Thoughts on Zack Snyder saying he is true to canon on Superman?
Bullshit.
Is he true to canon on the next movie because he wasn't on the last?
I'm a fisherman. I don't know what to do with my powers. I'm going to go fish.
Yeah, now if that's your biggest problem with the movie, then it's a great movie.
Then I'm going to be a truck driver. Oh, you pissed me off. I'll wrap your truck around the pool.
Yeah. Maybe I don't really know all the backstory to Superman. Was Kal-El really the first regularly born Kryptonian in generations before this movie?
I don't think so.
Because I had a serious problem with the entire stuff on Krypton.
Yeah, and they were talking about that they wanted to do a prequel on Krypton. No, you don't need to do that ever.
I mean, it's like he's running around and jumping on flying creatures. I'm like, what movie am I watching? Because this is not Superman.
It was Dungeons and Dragons mixed with Superman mixed with I don't know what else. Pete's Dragon. Can we talk about Pete's Dragon real quick?
Do you want to talk about Pete's Dragon?
Did you see the trailer, Scab Jeff? I put it on the History of Bad Ideas Facebook page. Follow us. You should go to it.
I do follow you.
Okay.
But I didn't see it now.
It is. I don't know what that is.
It's not Pete's Dragon.
I think.
I suppose there's a boy named Pete, and he has a dragon. Is about the only thing it has in common.
And Robert Redford's walking through the woods. That's about it. It is a weird trailer. And
I never liked the movie, and this looks worse than that one.
Yeah, was that Mickey Rooney in that one, or whoever it was?
I don't know. You're gonna make me look.
Nah, you don't have to look it up. I don't care. Yeah, the new trailer looks weird. I don't know about that. So
Helen Reddy and Sean Marshall were in Pete's Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, he went on to become a pitcher for the Reds after that.
I think that was different Sean Marshall.
Oh, really?
I'll go
Yeah,
on.
Mickey Rooney was in that.
Okay,
along with Red Buttons and Shelley Winters.
Red Buttons. Ooh. Whoa, I'm Red Buttons.
Jeff Conaway was in it. Jeff Conaway.
Jeff Conway. I'll go on next. From Dr. Number One. Isn't this more disgusting than no African American nominees? And he linked this on our Facebook or on our tweet here, and I will get to this in just a second. Okay, so this is the grab bag or all the nominees and Chris Rock, the host, and all the hosts of the Academy Awards this past weekend. This is their gift bag. It's valued at $204,000. It's a hell of a gift. Did you give out those gift bags at your party, Scab?
I totally did.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if you gave out those gift bags.
Oh.
What are in them? Tell me what's in them, and I'll let
Here
you
we
know.
go. $55,000 trip for two to Israel. A 10-day trip, including first-class airline tickets, 5-star hotels, all meals and transportation, and a private security escort.
There was no private security escort. I'm pretty sure it was a coach ticket, and then it was a 3-star hotel.
And it was on a bus. It was a long trip.
Oh, yeah, he had to drive.
You also got a $54,000 walking tour of Japan. I got to walk? Give me a fucking Segway for $54,000. Choose any of the company's private walking tours for 2 people up to 15 days. Lifetime supply of beauty products from this company. An ultimate fitness package worth $12,000 from In Fitness Club and Fit Club TV. 2-week VIP fitness stay with complimentary guest at our Hilton Head Island. Designer workout apparel and health and fitness. So, $10,000 pet meals donation. Let's see here.
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry, 10,000 meals, yeah, for $6,300.
They're giving them meals? People donated them pet meals?
No. A donation of 10,000 meals in the recipient's name made to his or her choice of an animal shelter.
Oh.
Or rescue. That's kind of good.
Okay, well, I won't argue that.
This is my favorite one, the last one. $5,500. A skin tightening treatment. Ultrasound-based skin tightening. It's a non-invasive procedure for the neck, chin, and eyebrow. So plastic surgery you got.
All right.
So, yeah.
See, that's what you gotta love about Hollywood. All the rich people get free stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the people in the world who don't need free stuff are the ones that get free stuff.
Yeah, so originally it was going to be valued at $232,000 because there was a year's worth of Audi A4 rentals worth $45,000, but it disappeared from the list because there was some type of lawsuit coming up because the company that was donating it was trying to say it was sponsored by Oscars. It was kind of a weird thing, and Oscars like, you can't do that, so they cut that part out.
Well, when I had my ghost tour, if one of the nominees that was somebody who was nominated for a Oscar came on my ghost tour, that would be a huge advertising
Correct.
thing. So if they go on their whatever tour and walking tour in Japan, I think it would be a similar thing.
Okay.
Now, if you accept the free thing, you have to be able to, your likeness is being able to be used for, advertising or stuff, or, I mean, a lot of people are saying, well, you can't say that because I didn't give you permission to use my name or likeness to endorse your product.
But when you're giving the tour, couldn't you say, George Clooney came on this tour once? Or is that
I don't
is that
know.
your name or likeness?
Some people might sue over that. Donald Trump would.
Well, I'm not saying put their image up on the website and everything.
No,
but
if you just said Donald Trump did this to help sell your stuff, and he's not getting a cut of it, he'll sue you. He'll sue anybody. He said so. Or he threatens to sue you. I'm sorry. I got that wrong. He'll threaten to sue you. Because I don't think he's actually sued anybody he's threatened to sue.
But are you allowed to... I just didn't think you were allowed to do that.
And it's different countries probably have different laws. Japan will say, yeah, we'll let anybody walk. I don't even know what I'm saying. Oh, God, I'm lost now. Jason, save us from this.
Yes. Who am I saving you from?
From my own mind.
Okay, moving on. Can I answer? I guess Dr. Number One wants me to ask the next question.
I'm thinking he wants you to read it.
Jarika Jokipaka was traded in hockey. No question. Just wanted to hear you try to pronounce Jariki Jokipaka. I think that was a decent job.
Except for the first name.
Jerky?
I think jerky's closer than jerky.
Jerky. Beef
You're
jerky.
adding like extra syllables in there.
Me? I play my speech impediment.
Since he's Finnish, I'm guessing the J's are pronounced as Y's.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's Jyrki Jokipaka.
Okay.
But I could be mistaken.
We also got one tweet from Dr. Number One real quick. You better have a moment of silence for him. Lee Remmerman was found dead today. Who is Lee Remmerman, you might say?
Who is Lee Remmerman?
He was Hawk on American Gladiators. Moment of silence.
Do I remember Hawk?
I don't know.
I remember Nitro.
Nope. Okay.
And I
remember him?
Malibu.
It wasn't that the long blonde hair. Yeah. I remember Gemini. He was a bad motherfucker.
Was Gemini the one that started dating Milhouse's mother in the Simpsons?
Yes, it was. They had the big ball. In the Simpsons tapped out mobile game I got, you can make Milhouse's mom go in the ball and roll around for 24 hours throughout the town. He was found dead in his house Tuesday morning. The rep said that he's been complaining of not feeling well in the last week, and he was recovering from hip replacement surgery several weeks ago.
For rabies.
Yeah. They do not think it is, they said the cause of death is unclear, but they think there's no foul play. And they said he was most recently a Secret Service agent on The First Family, the TV show. I think it's on ABC Family.
He did look familiar.
And guest roles on tons of other shows, including Jane the Virgin, X-Files, and NCIS. So, what about sounds for that, Hawk? Anytime American Gladiator leaves us.
Yes.
The old American Gladiator, not the new one. Fuck that.
What? Come on.
No.
They're still in the family.
No, doesn't. Nope.
Did you have him in your Deadpool?
No.
No.
Jason stopped running his Deadpool.
I did stop running because we had lack of deaths. It was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Apparently everybody died in the first 2 weeks of this year of the blackout week anyway.
There's a blackout week, the purgatory week, where nobody gets points because you just gotta set your lineup. Yeah. Everybody was dying. We're like, fuck it. Hal Holbrook was still alive. Really? When Dixie kicked it, I thought he would be next. He taunts me.
Still the best part of the Deadpool was when your wife had Ariel Sharon on her list for years.
Yeah, she had Ariel Sharon, and he was in a coma for years and years.
and then he finally passed away during the blackout.
Yeah, during the purgatory week. She got no points. And she's like, I had him on my list for 6 years. I think I should get some points. So, there's your there's your listener feedback.
Now we're moving on to News of the Geek. It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
After a long and expansive, thank you, speech impediment, search, we saw thousands.
I think Alabama is thinking, wait a minute.
Someday I just want to watch the Red Blood. Okay, now I'm back. Saw thousands of young actors audition from all over the world. Director Steven Spielberg has finally settled on the lead for his highly anticipated next project, Ready Player One. Deadline is reporting that Ty Sheridan has won the lead role of Wade Owen Watts. Sheridan now joins Olivia Cook from Me and Earl and the movie The Dying Girl, who is playing the female lead Artemis, and Ben Mendelsohn from Bloodline, who's portraying the film's villain Nolan Sorrento.
What's Ready Player One?
What?
Time out. Let me finish, and then you can do this. Sheridan has already built up quite the resume. He's been in Terrence Malick's The Tree of Life, and will be seen next in Bryan Singer's X-Men Apocalypse as Cyclops, the best X-Men ever. So,
the douchiest X-Men ever.
I'm going big to differ. Please explain to Scab what Ready Player One is.
Ready Player One is like this great book that was written about 4 or 5 years ago, I suppose it was. Wow. It takes place in, obviously, a dystopian future where everything is pretty much done online, on the web or whatnot, like all education and everything. And the corporations run everything. the guy who invented the software that pretty much runs everything dies and has no heirs. So he leaves his fortune to people who can figure out his treasure hunt. It's a great book. I'm going to have to make you borrow it. Even though you don't read books, as I found out at your Oscar party.
I do not read books. Not anymore.
But I would recommend reading that one.
But I would like to borrow a book from you because you borrowed one from me that I never got back.
Shit, I can't let you borrow a book because I'll never see it again. Yeah, I'll have to find that book somewhere.
You say that every time he comes on our show.
Well, he's reminding me of it.
And you have one of my movies.
Dancer in the Dark, yes. Yes. I don't know where, but it's somewhere. I think it got lost in the move. Maybe? I'll buy it for you. Yes, so Ready Player One, you excited, Jeff?
I am. Okay. I'm still not 100% sure on Spielberg, but as...
It is Scab Jeff's favorite director.
He did do AI.
Yeah.
The teddy bear.
There was a moment like that in Bridge of Spies. The same feeling.
My wife and I are watching the Oscars, and every time Bridge of Spies comes up, I look at her and go, Scab Jeff really hated that film.
It was horrible.
And that's all I could think about every time they showed it.
And it won an award.
Yes.
And in its defense, though, he was the best part of the movie. That actor.
But, well, as a coworker of mine likes to point out, Steven Spielberg has some of the most clout in Hollywood. There's a lot of stuff in this book referring to pop culture of the 80s. And for them to be able to get the rights to use all this stuff, it might take someone with the clout of Steven Spielberg to be able to get even half of what they need to get. That's the problem. The movie will fail to capture the book just because all the things and the references. Because the guy grew up, he was my age, so this takes place in the future, so he's dying or whatever, but all the touchstones in his life go back to the 80s pop culture thing. So everybody has to learn everything they can about 80s pop culture to win this scavenger hunt. And, important things, like early computers and stuff like that play a big role, and Dungeons and Dragons and all this stuff like that.
Oh, so exciting stuff.
Yeah. The movies of the time, like War Games and...
Would you like to play a game?
Wow. And,
Is that not good?
No, that was not good.
You're doing a Stephen Hawking. Would you like to play a game?
I thought it was the same thing.
I didn't make the hand gestures the same time. Would you like to play a game? People think I'm smart because I talk like this.
But I mean, yeah, just to get the rights to the things they refer to, will pretty much take a team of lawyers working for years to get everything.
But Pixels did it.
I was just going to say that. And that worked out well for Pixels. No. Well, let's move on to the Oscar picks.
Oscar picks. Yay.
Okay. You ready to go down, Scab Jeff? Last week, you and I picked the movies of who would win.
I did have an unfair advantage.
You saw the movies. I saw 2.5.
Well,
And I got to pick first. And you couldn't
You couldn't
I don't think it would really
my
matter.
pick.
I'll be honest. I don't think it would have mattered.
Well, let's go. Best Picture.
Jeff picked The Revenant.
And I almost picked Spotlight. I had it on my sheet and crossed it out.
I picked The Big Short. We were both wrong.
You're both wrong. Spotlight wins.
Next, Jeff?
Actor in a leading role. Jeff picked.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I picked Eddie Redmayne.
And Leonardo DiCaprio won.
1-0 Jeff.
Actress in a leading role. Jeff surprisingly went with the overwhelming favorite.
Brie Larson. I went with Kate Blanchett from Carol. I lost.
2-0, Jeff.
Next.
Actor in a supporting role. Mark
gonna
Rylance from Bridge of Spies won.
Yes. Jeff, who did you go with?
I went with Sylvester Stallone, I believe.
Well, I can change. You can change. We can all change. I just can't win an Oscar. I was shocked he did not win that Oscar.
I was pretty shocked as well.
And I thought if he didn't win, then Mark Ruffalo would be who'd won.
I was going Tom Hardy. I think everyone.
I think anyone would not have surprised me except for Mark Rylance from Bridge of Spies.
I was shocked by that too.
So still 2-0, Jeff. Actress in a supporting role.
Okay. I went with Jennifer Jason Leigh for The Hateful Eight.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I never saw it, so I just picked Jeff went with Rooney Mara from Carol. And
it was Alicia Vikander, the Danish girl.
Yes.
That's where I started losing ground because everybody else at the Oscar party had Alicia Vikander. But I was holding out hope that
I was
Carol
winning
would win.
strong there. I'm in the lead. I got Alicia Vikander. Jeff didn't, and then they went on a string of about 6 movies that
you failed.
That were all Mad Max.
That were all Mad Max. I'm like, I picked them for one of them.
I thought Louis C.K. was pretty funny.
I think we were talking. I don't remember him talking.
When he did, I think he did animated short.
It was documentary
short, and he goes, Mad Max!
I missed that completely.
Animated feature film. I went with Amoeba. And Jeff went with Inside Out, which I wanted to pick. Inside Out 1.
Inside Out 1.
Anomalisa was a great movie, less than 90 minutes long.
Ooh, that broke the record. The roll. Broke the roll.
Was animated?
I think we made an exception. Animated was 80 minutes. I think it was.
Ooh, I think it was like 87.
Okay. I think it was 80 minutes.
Yeah, I thought the rule was 90 minutes for non-animated movies.
I thought 80 minutes for anime because Spirit, Lord of the Cinnabon, that was an hour and 16 minutes. So that lost. That broke the rule and it was awful. Let's see.
Spirit was awful.
Bryan Adams sings a song. Look it up, kids. Cinematography. I picked Mad Max Fury Road. Jeff picked The Revenant. Jeff won.
So, I picked Mad Max 2 thinking it's winning all these technical awards. I'm going to get this one. Nope. That's the one technical-ish award that it doesn't get it. Stupid Mad Max.
Directing. Jeff went with The Revenant. Alejandro Inarritu. Okay. I went with Room. Why? I have no idea. Lenny Abrahamson. Spike Lee won. So nobody won that one, right?
No. Spike Lee won a different award.
I loved him in Girl 6.
It was Alejandro Inarritu, and Jeff is now up, 5-0?
Yeah, it's getting ugly. I will say I was not happy with this next one. Short film animated. I picked Sanjay's Super Team. Jeff picked World of Tomorrow. World of Tomorrow might have been one of the most beautiful films I've seen in a long time. Jeff, your exaggeration was not incorrect.
Well, he was disappointed at me when I told him it didn't change my life.
I don't think it changes my life. But
I think it's one of the best things to come out in the last 10 years.
Ooh.
I cannot think of a better thing to come out in the last 5 years. My memory's not good enough to go back.
Snake person.
The Snake Boy.
Snake Boy. If you
haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It is fantastic.
World of Tomorrow. It's 15 minutes. Go watch it.
There's this beautiful scene at the end where all these poor people are accidentally teleporting themselves up into space and then coming back into the atmosphere, and then
that was great.
And then the little girl says, "Are they okay?" "No, they're all dead." But it's pretty. Yes, it's very pretty.
She's watching from Earth,
and it's just wonderful. Their take on love and how she falls in love with this rock, and it symbolizes it's a pretty rock, so it's the pretty strong guy, but then she has to move away and the rock stays there, and then
she falls in love with the alien.
And then the alien, the crazy whatever alien, and then what's his name? I forget the guy's name in the tube.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, I forget the clone, or not the clone, but yeah.
But it's 15 minutes long, and it's so deep, and the image of the robots on the moon who are constantly walking to stay in the sunlight, and it's such a great movie. I was so crushed, and I actually AV Club they there's something I follow on the internet, but they said that I think this should win Best Feature Film if it could be eligible. I think it's better than everything else, and it was such a great movie.
Is there a minimum runtime that a feature has to be nominated?
I think there is.
Okay, because I know there's a maximum for the short, but can something that's a short film be for feature? I didn't know.
I'm not sure myself, but I think there is. From what I was reading, it sounded like it, but they didn't say a specific time.
Well, but anyway, a Bear Story won,
Which wasn't bad. It was better than Sanjay's Super Team.
I only saw Sanjay's. Oh, I saw World Tomorrow. I would have picked that.
Short film live action.
I picked Ave Maria.
This might have been one of my biggest shocks too, because everything I looked up didn't have Stutterer as any
chance of winning.
Like, it was one of the long shots, and it was fun, but I didn't think it was near as good as any of the others.
What did Jeff have picked?
Shock.
Okay, Shock and Ave Maria.
And Stutterer won.
So I already lost track of what the score was, other than Jason has 0.
5-0. 5-0.
All right. Writing, adapted screenplay. The Big Short won. Jeff picked The Big Short.
I picked The Martian.
And writing original screenplay, Spotlight won. Jeff picked Spotlight.
I picked Straight Outta Compton. I lost 7-0 this year. I feel like if we would have done about 10 more categories, I probably could have gotten 2. I feel like I could have done it because I would just kept picking Mad Max. So
we did 12 categories and Jeff got 7?
Yeah, 7
ain't bad.
Yeah. So
he's a little disappointed, but
if Stallone would have won like everybody expected. Okay.
Or if World Tomorrow won like it should have.
Did you like it, Jeff?
I did. I enjoyed it. It's like Jeff was, did it change your war? I'm like, no. I still went to bed that night and woke up the next morning.
So at least you didn't die from it.
No, that's true.
So maybe it did change your world.
Maybe I was going to die if I didn't watch it that day.
That's right. Let's see. Some quickies. Jeff, good job on the Oscars. Congratulations.
Yay. We'll have you back next year and see if you can beat that.
I think you should do the Emmys. I know you're not a big TV guy, but I think you should do the Emmys. I'm
We
more
should have
TV.
do the Grammys.
Oh, we both should do it. Did we do the Grammys?
Yeah, they did them last month or so.
I bet you Jeff and I could do the Grammys right now and still wouldn't know who won. We could pick.
Kids' Choice Awards.
Ooh, The Rock. We're going to put The Rock. He wins every Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm like, is there like the terrible movie you're giving an award
no,
to?
it's not. It's a good movie. Shut the fuck up. Welcome to The Rock.
Terrible.
Did you see that they're making San Andreas 2?
Oh my god. Neighbors 2 and San Andreas. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
I didn't think these movies did well.
San Andreas did.
And now that we're talking about sequels, right after talking about the best screenplays,
Some quickies.
I had learned that if your movie is a sequel, it is automatically an adapted screenplay.
Really?
Just because of the characters or whatever, they're adapting it.
Huh. Well, I did not
They
know.
got like real strict on what things can go into. And I was reading about that, and they said the movie Whiplash, the guy wrote his screenplay and then wanted to, get the movie made, and he thought one way to do it is to make a short. So he filmed one of the scenes from Whiplash and made a short out of it to get it noticed or whatever. They made the film, but it had to be an adapted screenplay from the short, even though the screenplay was written before the short was ever made.
That's kind of shitty.
So is original screenplay more prestigious than adapted?
I think it's easier, or it's harder to get into the original screenplay category. That would be my guess, because you got everything working against you.
Yeah, that's pretty shitty.
But then something
I would think a sequel would be more of a original screenplay than something based on true events like Spotlight or Bridge of Spies.
Spotlight was based off of all the stuff went on in the Boston Globe. I mean, I figured it would be adapted to the writings of the Boston Globe, but no.
Or Straight Outta Compton. That's a true story too, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, but because it really wasn't from another medium, so to speak.
Spotlight is based on a true story? Never heard anything about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sucks. Well, there's something else I want to say about that, but I can't remember what it was. Never mind.
Okay. Another sequel, Transformers 6, will be a Bumblebee solo movie.
We talked about that last week.
Okay, damn intern, fuck them.
Did you read the Paramount Pictures?
Oh, I was looking at last week's outline.
No wonder they kept.
Completely wrong on that one. Let's try this again.
Well, I apologize to the interns.
Yes. Did you know Bumblebee's going to be the next Transformers film?
I heard that somewhere.
I looked at it, I was like, I think I saw that, or talked about that. Paramount Pictures has launched a new channel on YouTube that allows users to watch hundreds of licensed movies in full for free. There's not many classics because some of the well-known ones are King Solomon's Mines, Elvis's King Creole. I am from the South.
I am Elvis. Let me throw my cards at you.
I'm Remy LaCroix. Put my cards in my ass.
And Masters of the Universe.
Okay. I am Dolph. Why has Paramount, subsidiary of MTV owner Viacom, taken this step? They are trying to get some advertising revenue from an assortment of films which would pretty much go unwatched.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
Oh no, yeah. Put the ones that aren't making any movie or any money. Put the ones that aren't making any money out there for. I mean, yeah. Just
does Netflix pay? Well, I guess they do, but how much? I wonder how much they pay the companies for each one.
You know, I'm not sure how they work. If they pay based on how many people actually watch. Or if they pay a flat fee to show it. Or it might be different contracts based on who owns the rights to the movies.
Because I know when Seinfeld, the whole collection of TV series, that sold for, I forget how many hundreds of millions to Hulu. Yeah. And I know Netflix dropped out and that was a separate thing. So I don't know. I don't see like there would be
independent movies. You're like, now are they giving one flat fee to do it, or do they based on how many times it's watched, does Netflix throw them a couple of pennies their way?
Because I feel like there's not going to be a tough negotiations for Masters of the Universe.
No, they're giving it to you for free on Netflix. Or on
it is on Netflix,
on YouTube.
And they said they're splitting the ad revenue with YouTube. Let's see. Basically, they are saying that very likely this is going to be a precursor to Paramount has up their sleeve is a YouTube... Basically, it's a precursor to Paramount having their own channel, a subscription tier for partners, which is expected to be out later this year. Basically, you can sign up for Paramount and get your movies from them.
Yeah, well, via YouTube, which is owned by Google.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yes. After a while, there's going to be a lot of fucking things I have to subscribe to watch.
Yeah, that's the problem with having that a la carte is you got to be real specific on what you're actually going to watch.
Yeah.
You got to pay for everything.
Yeah, like CBS has their own subscription service. You can watch anything CBS has ever put out. So, I mean, it's great, but it's CBS. I don't need any more King of Queens.
Was that CBS?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know it was shit, so it doesn't matter. It was shite. Netflix, Iron Fist, they have found their Iron Fist as the hashtag show reckons that the actor is Loris Tyrell. Is that him from?
Loris Tyrell is the character
in
from
Game of Thrones. Finn Jones. Some controversy because he's white.
You mean like Iron Fist?
Well, the original Iron Fist, Danny, was white because they wanted a Bruce Lee character, but Marvel did not want a Asian. Asian to play that role because they thought, no, we'll make him white so it'll sell here in America.
Because it's just the.
But since then, I think they've changed it, and so now.
Well, Danny is still white in the comics.
Is he still white?
Unless they changed it in the last 2 years.
I thought they did. Okay, I thought they changed it. But anyways, people are upset. They're like, could you not cast an Asian for this role? It's like. Yeah, I can see their point, but at the same time, I think there's going to be other major issues with this series, just besides Finn Jones. I think there's going to be some I don't think it's going to do well. I'm scared for this. I'm not rooting against it. I'm just saying.
I'm giving them benefit of the doubt based off of the previous, the Daredevil and Jessica Jones so far. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
I'm more excited about Luke Cage. That's the one I want to see.
I'm actually excited about the Defenders.
Yeah.
I didn't think Luke Cage was that great in Jessica Jones. His character was kind of boring to me.
Well, he was also not the main character. I mean, I'm assuming they'll be
Jessica Jones is in. Jessica Jones is in Luke Cage. Hey!
Is that good for anybody?
But she won't be in the whole thing, I don't think. Like, she'll be popping in and
that's what I would assume.
So.
No, I've heard people complain about he didn't get character development. I'm like, well, yeah, because it's Jessica Jones.
Well, I'm not saying he didn't get character development. I'm just saying that his character was boring to me. He seemed like a bruiser type of person, and his backstory didn't seem interesting to me.
His backstory about his wife getting killed by a psychopath?
That didn't get brought up, did it?
Yeah.
Did you watch Jessica Jones?
I did.
Yeah, Purple Man killed his wife.
Purple. Oh,
Kilgrave.
yeah. Jessica Jones killed his wife.
Killed his
Okay,
wife.
I remember now.
Based
That's
off
right.
of what Purple Man made her do.
Some other things. Domino will be joining Cable in Deadpool 2. I'm intrigued. I like Domino.
That makes sense, just based off the origin. I mean, Domino was in the first appearance of Domino is the same issue as the first appearance of Deadpool.
Oh, okay. New Mutants 98?
Yep. And the first appearance of Gideon.
From Legends of Tomorrow, the ship?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know who Gideon is.
Nobody knows who Gideon is. But the front cover says, introducing Deadpool, Gideon, and Domino.
2 out of 3
Two
ain't
of them
bad.
are still around.
Like Meatloaf says, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So there you go. There is your news of the geek.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
And the box office bomb this week goes to Gods of Egypt. $14 million in its opening weekend on a $140 million budget. Killing any dreams of Lionsgate making it into a franchise.
Did that ever have a chance to make it to
Yes,
a franchise?
they wanted it to be a franchise.
They wanted it to. I saw a review or something. Gods of Egypt has nothing to do with gods or Egypt. 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Good for them. Good for them.
Hey, it's did better than Ballistic.
12% we're at on Rotten Tomatoes.
12%. Still doing better than Ballistic, X versus Sever.
Worst car chase scene ever. He's on a motorcycle. Is that lady on a scooter passing him? Like a handheld scooter, like a manual scooter.
But Ballistic, X versus Sever goes down to having the worst rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Even that image from Gods of Egypt I'm showing you looks bad. Does that not look bad? I'm showing them an image.
Oh, yeah, that looks bad.
I don't know what that is. Like, is that just like... He looks like he has crabs or gonorrhea coming out of his nether regions. Orange. That's a lot of heat
Okay,
down
you're
there.
looking way too close
Look
at
at that. Who doesn't look at that? Anyways, go ahead. I will say the best part of Gods of Egypt is the director. Did you see him?
No.
The director, Proyos, director Alex Proyos, who's known for Dark City, is not happy that it's at 12% and only a 24 out of 100 on Metacritic. He basically said, he rambled on his Facebook page. He called the critics a pack of diseased vultures pecking at the bones of a dying carcass.
So he's calling his movie a dying carcass? That's what he's comparing it to?
Which is funny. I'm reading the article from Techno Buffalo. The article says, I'm not sure if he realizes that makes it sound like his new movie is a dying carcass.
That's exactly what it sounds like he's saying.
Or he's saying cinema is dying, which isn't a great thing for a director to say either.
Oh, good. Then we'll give you millions of dollars to make another movie.
He suggested critics were deranged idiots for bringing up some of the film's questionable casting choices, because they were all white, instead of any type of Egyptian.
That's probably the part of Egypt.
Yes. Let's see here. He says it was groupthink amongst critics. He said it wasn't the negative reviews, but the uniformity of the reviews. He wants critics to stick to their guns and voice their true opinion. I think they did. He did say, though, this is the best part, that he did compliment the ones that did give him good reviews because they weren't just, going along with the herd. They thought for themselves.
They were probably paid.
So here's my thing, and everybody else made the comment. So if you liked the film, you're a genius and you went against the grain. If you hated the film, you were a fucking idiot and you just went with everybody else. I like that.
And I think one of the television ads for the movie, like, they had those one-word phrases, the critics, these are the things critics saying about it type things, and just those one-word clips or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, those are all taken so out of context. Magnificent.
Like, awesomely bad.
There was a podcast I was listening to a while back, and he's a film critic, one of the guys, and he was doing Planes 2, Fire and Rescue. And I hate Planes. I've mentioned that many times, the first one. Second one was actually not bad, Planes Rescue. His quote from his review was on the movie, the commercials.
Oh yeah,
because he hated Planes, the first one, as much as I did.
And he said better than the first.
He said better than the first, and he said they used it on the commercials. He's like, it can't be worse. So he said better than the first, and they used it.
Better than the first, which is not saying much.
He agreed with me. It was better. It wasn't great, but it was more enjoyable. But it was just funny that there it is. It's like, good for him. The Alex Prost, he said the reason he's so mad at the critics is because the critics look at whoever is the first one to send their review out, and then they all follow that, or they all think it's a shit.
Oh, I'm gonna just start writing reviews.
I send them out on Nerdly a lot, and We Be Geeks.
No, but you gotta send them out before the movie. Just write something about the movie and see if people
saw it.
And
Batman versus Superman now.
Right now.
Write it, and then everyone will follow your lead.
It was awesome. It was shite. It was shite. Follow it. Oh, wait, I think everyone else is going to write that anyways.
No. Well, then write it wasn't shite, and then maybe everyone will agree.
They said Gerard Butler, they're actually not surprised this bombed because he was the lead, because this is one of the quotes from like a studio insider. They're like, we really have no idea if he's a star or not. Because his movies go so up and down.
No, he's not a name that you can cash in.
No.
He's good in the right part, but you can't cash in his name.
And he looks like a nice guy.
There's hardly any people anymore who you can cash in their name.
Did you see the Daytona 500?
No.
He was at the beginning doing all the gentlemen start your engines. Mm-hmm. And then at the beginning, he wanted everybody to join him in saying, "This is Daytona, like this is Sparta."
Oh,
so he
God!
Says, everybody, this is Daytona, and they showed the crowd, and it looked like in like movies where the crickets are going in the background. Nobody was cheering, nobody was saying anything, and then it goes back to Gerard Butler, and he looks real uncomfortable, and then he tries with all the
pizzazz.
With everything he could gather, which wasn't much at this point because he had been crushed by this. Gentlemen, start your... ready to drivers start your engine.
Oh, yeah, drivers. Since
I feel like he's going to be using that quote like Jason Biggs does. I'm the pie fucker. No, I'm the Sparta guy. No one
this
cares.
is Sparta.
No one cares. Meet the Spartans is on. No, I wasn't in that.
Oh, don't ever mention that movie again.
I can't believe that they thought this was going to be a franchise. The commercials looked horrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, I understand because it should be a movie that, in my mind, I should be intrigued with just because I'm a huge fan of mythology and whatnot. But it looks shite. I mean,
but do you know any Egyptian mythology?
Not as much as Egyptian, but I know some.
Jeff's a big mythology guy with the Greeks and the Romans and that stuff.
Well, Greeks and Romans, I can
love
understand
the white
that.
people mythology. But that's what bothers me is when people do that, they screw it up. I mean, Clash of the Titans, as much as I say I love that movie, it screws up the mythology stories. And that's one of the better ones. The Hercules movie from Disney is a piece of shite because it follows...
Cartoon?
Yes.
No.
It follows nothing from mythology.
I know, and it was awesome.
They should not be allowed to change the source material that much and still keep the name.
So does Perseus really kill the Kraken with Medusa's head?
That might be true. Perseus really kills Medusa to get her head. So I suppose it was, I don't know if it was the Kraken he was going after.
Release the Kraken! They said they were hoping. This is now, mind you, it's a $140 million budget. They said Lionsgate was hoping and optimistic that it would hit $25 million opening week.
Oh,
that's still not good.
No. Oh, they got 10% of its budget back.
Has it been released in Egypt yet?
Yes.
Because
there was riots in Egypt.
Egyptians love when the white people play them.
And portray their gods with what kind of genitals did you?
Because they call it the whitewashing because of,
what?
Washing. Oh, shut up. Not washing. Shut up. Okay. The review is washing isn't the only terrible thing about Gods of Egypt.
It might be the best part.
Yes. I want to read. Go on, Jeff, to the next ones. I want to read some of the headlines for the reviews. Right. I'll get to them.
Well, I'll do the rundown of the top 5 this week. Deadpool #1 again, another $31.5 million, total of $286 million on a $58 million budget. Wow, I wonder how that sequel is going to be. Quickly, probably. Gods of Egypt is #2. Come on, it can't be that bad. It was #2 at the box office in February. With $14 million in its opening weekend on a $140 million budget. Kung Fu Panda #3, still hanging on.
It's still there.
$9 more million, a total of $129 million on its $145 million budget.
I still have no idea how the budget's that high for Kung Fu
maybe there
Panda
was
3.
like a cocaine clause in Jack Black's contract or something. Oh, speaking of Jack Black, wasn't that a great moment in Black History Month during the Oscars?
Oh, that was fucking Jack Black.
I wasn't even paying attention. Was Jack Black really in all those films that that Will Smith was in?
Well, the 2 they mentioned, apparently. And it's like, and yeah, Jack Black for Black History Month. Risen made $7 million, a total of $23 million.
Which one's Risen?
The Jesus one.
Oh.
Jesus coming back from the dead, or the guy trying to figure out what happened to Jesus' body. One of those.
The guy from Schindler's List?
Was he from Schindler's List?
No, that was
his
the
brother
other.
Was from Schindler's
yeah,
List.
that was the other.
The guy from Schindler's List, his brother?
Yeah.
And Eddie the Eagle made only $6 million in its opening weekend on a $23 million budget.
Anybody see Eddie the Eagle?
I have not. Have you?
I have not. I kind of want to because I like Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings is awesome.
Cool Runnings is okay.
Shut up.
Eddie the Eagle will be better.
I'm hoping Eddie the Eagle. I want to see that. One of the reviews is, your opening weekend was as spectacular as the accuracy of your casting. That was another one. Let's see here. Damn it, now I just lost it all. Damn it. Go back. Their Twitter account's getting getting hit pretty hard from people. Shocking the internet attacks them.
What, the internet? No.
Ridiculous, offensive, and tremendously fun.
and they probably said, tremendously fun!
They don't make movies like Gods of Egypt anymore, and that's a good thing.
They don't make movies like this anymore!
The Gods of Egypt is a bad movie. There's no getting around it.
Okay, I can't find anything good to say. The Gods of Egypt is a ... movie.
20 minutes into Gods of Egypt, Hollywood's latest flaccid, inept, and lackadaisic action flick. Wow. Nothing conforms rampant stupidity faster than this. So there you go. So, yeah.
Rampant!
So yeah, people also search for on Google, if you're looking for Gods of Egypt, Mummy Returns, Hercules, and The Legend of Hercules. So
Hercules.
We're going to have to see Gods of Egypt one day. Not pay for it, but free.
No. It'll probably go next to...
To quote Brian and Tony on Salty Language, I'll watch that for free.
I'll watch that for free.
Our next podcast. It could be in our shrine up there.
Yeah, well, we can put it next to...
Green Lantern, Pompeii.
That's
Pompeii.
Yeah. I think it fits with the Pompeii feel.
How am I going to be an optimist? Obviously, the studio was not.
All right, upcoming March 4th, 2016, Zootopia.
My wife and son saw that.
And? Reviews?
Thanks for... It's free at last for the free passes. my wife, they liked it. My wife said it was a little bit darker than she thought. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It wasn't offensive or anything. She don't take it like that. She said it was a little bit over my son's head, who's 6. So, it was because
now did it have enough stuff to keep the kids interested?
he liked it.
Even though some things went over his head, that doesn't mean
Correct.
Okay.
He liked it. She said it was not as funny. Like it was not the comedy that they thought. There was a couple good scenes like the BMV when they go in and the sloths are working, but she's like, it was good. It was fun. But she's like, it was a lot different than she thought it was going to be.
Now, I saw a review that said the best Disney animation studio film in the last 20 years.
Wow. Basically, the plot is that the one animal wants to be a cop, the female. She wants to be a cop, but there's no crime in this town because even the predators or the carnivores are all friendly. And they basically had their predator instincts taken out of them. Throughout time and, living in the city, and there's this bad guy that starts injecting these predators within. There's basically, I guess, murders. So, but then, like, the predators that weren't injected with this, they start getting outcast. So my wife's like, it is kind of like a social, racial thing. And she's like, that was actually kind of interesting. But she's like, it was a little bit darker than she thought it would be. So she said very Pleasantville-like.
Okay.
Which is a good movie.
But I was just intrigued when I saw, like I said, saying the best Disney animation studio in 20 years. I'm like, saying it's better than Frozen? They're saying it's better than Hercules, but that's probably true.
I just saw Frozen for the first time, and I did not like it.
Really? I liked it.
I'm not saying I liked it. I'm just saying everybody else seemed to like it, so it surprises me that someone is going to put a movie like this saying better than Frozen.
I have a daughter.
Lion King, is that 20 years ago?
That's over 20 years ago.
91.
Yeah. So
Lion King, Beauty and the Beast was good. I liked Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Aladdin,
Little Mermaid.
Pocahontas, maybe.
Ugh.
Pocahontas Mulan era is probably about 20 years ago.
Mulan is not bad. Pocahontas is not good.
But it had that good song.
Mel Gibson singing, yeah.
No, not Mel Gibson.
The Colors of the Wind or whatever.
Yes. It's a good song, whether you like
bad.
the movie or not.
It's not horrible. Pocahontas is not horrible, but my daughter's into Frozen a lot lately, and so we've seen it a lot. It's not bad. I think it's there's a lot for adults. I enjoy it. I think it's overrated from what it is because it's just has steamrolled. I mean, the merchandising and everything. Yeah. So, but you know what? It's I look at it and it makes me laugh, and I'm not trying to go on a soapbox, but it is funny. Like when you see the studios, like with Rey from Star Wars. I'm not trying to go into the feminist thing or anything. Like, boys aren't going to buy these female characters. Girls don't go to the movies to watch these things. Frozen's the biggest cartoon of all time, one of the biggest movies of all time. Well, fuck you. Yeah, they do. If you make a good film with good characters, they don't care. And it's the same thing. So I always kind of laugh at it, like. Yeah, Frozen kind of blew that out of the water.
The problem I have with Frozen is that song is not good.
Oh, God. We've listened to that about 1 billion times in this household.
I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, apparently it really hits the buzzers in kids' brains and they like it. But, I mean, I don't have a child, so it's not like it was even shoved down, my ear holes. But just hearing it the dozen times I heard it, I'm like, this isn't good.
My daughter's 2, and she's... Every time it comes on, every time she watches it, and she's like, as soon as the song's over, again! And it's like, no. She's like, no, again! She doesn't even like the rest of the film. Like, she watches bits and pieces, but she just wants the song.
It's like, no, we want to watch Olaf. Olaf is the funny part. We're watching Olaf.
You have a doll that sings, that is Elsa, okay? Just play that. So, anyways, go ahead. Keep going.
Also coming out, London Has Fallen.
Second week in a row, Gerard Butler has a movie coming out.
Ooh. Well, this is a March release, not a February release.
That's
How
true.
do you think it'll do?
I don't know. The first one, Olympus Has Fallen. Did you see that, Scab?
Oh, it's actually a sequel to Olympus Has Fallen?
Yeah.
Oh.
London Falls now. Or as the 365 guys say, it's the American version of London.
So that means that we knock over their
Big
Ferris
Ben.
wheel?
Yes, probably. Olympus Has Fallen was actually fun. It's not a good film, but it's fun to watch. I enjoyed it. It was a good action flick.
Wasn't White House Down better?
No. Shoot. Tate's.
Yeah.
Tate's. We haven't talked about Tate's lately.
Or 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue with Wesley Snipes.
Oh, that was back in the day. Wasn't that 1600? Wasn't that what it was called?
What did I say?
1600 Penn, I think, or something. No, that was
I think it was just called 1600. Wasn't
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Did you see Tate's
maybe.
movie Gambit has been pushed back?
Well, it doesn't surprise me. I hear it's not going as well as they hoped.
Yeah, the director left. So now I have no director.
I heard Tate's can't pull off a New Orleans accent.
Oh,
They're
I
talking
can.
about dubbing over his lines.
I got it. Me. Call me. I'm almost on a book on a tape.
Okay. Isn't Channing Tatum from Louisiana?
Yes, but I'm better. I am better. Oh, I am Gambit. Oh, fuck you, Tates.
But Louisiana was lower than Alabama on all the lists that I looked at.
They're so dumb they can't even do their own accents.
Send all complaints to Jason at Graphic Novel.
Yes.
And also coming out this week, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Yes. They said it's Tina Fey's best movie. Has she been in really that great of movies? She's enjoyable. I mean, I like her. She's funny, but...
Mean Girls was a good movie.
Which one?
Mean Girls?
Oh, Mean Girls was very good. I'll give you that.
Let's see.
And
what
she
else
wrote
was...
that from the
Oh,
book.
yes. I'm trying to think what else she was in. Baby Mama wasn't that good.
No.
I didn't see this new one with Amy Poehler.
Sisters?
She just did, yeah.
That could be good, but I don't know.
Or was that Steve Carell movie where they were married?
Oh, Date Night?
Yeah.
Oh, that was not good.
I kind of enjoyed it.
It was.
I mean, it wasn't good, but didn't that have Tate's in it?
It did have Tate's in it.
Yeah, so
I did like when they were getting robbed and the guy turned his gun and he's like, he killed the kill turret or whatever.
He's going for the kill.
He turned the gun. Let's do some buy sell.
All right, Gerard Butler, buy sell.
Sell. Unless you could buy him now really cheap because I don't know.
Well, maybe after. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm selling. I think London has fallen my bomb. No pun intended.
I don't think I would ever buy Gerard Butler.
He was in that movie with Jennifer Aniston.
I mean, he does. Oh God, the
bounty hunter thing.
Yeah. No, he does some good movies, but he's very inconsistent. And wasn't he in Timeline?
Yes, he was in Timeline. So was Paul Walker. Paul Walker might have gotten it off easier. He doesn't have to watch it anymore.
The sad part was I wanted Timeline to be good.
The book was good.
But, oh, man.
The book was good.
But it did have a lot of trebuchets in it.
It did have a lot of trebuchets in
That's
it.
the best thing I can say about the movie.
Are you selling or buying?
I'm going to sell him. I think when something flops as big as Gods of Egypt looks like it's going to.
Unless your name is Idris Elba, then you like flopping.
That big. All right, moving
That
on.
was his penis.
Moving on, Hugh Jackman, buy or sell.
He was in Eddie the Eagle.
He was.
I'll buy.
He's got one more Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the newest X-Men, and then one movie after that is Wolverine.
Is he in the new one?
A bit part, I think.
Age of Apocalypse?
I think he's in it, but not like a huge starring role, but I think he has a minor role.
They talked about Liev Schreiber coming back as Sabretooth soon.
Oh, really?
I'll take that. I like him.
But so they're going to do this, and then the next Wolverine movie is going to be Old Man Logan?
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
I'm selling.
You're selling?
I'm selling.
Okay. I'm thinking...
Most of his non-X-Men things don't do good. If it does okay...
He might be in the film version of Boy from Oz.
Oh, he is from Oz, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Wolverine movie is due to be big with the way that the comic book movies are going recently. So I'm going to buy him because I think that his Wolverine movie is going to do much better than the old one.
I'm going to buy him too, just so I could go out to get a beer with him because he sings and dances, and I think he'd be a fun person to talk to.
I don't think you get to hang out with him when you buy them in our game.
Oh, damn it, stupid stock.
Jason's saying that because we were talking about celebrities we think would be
cool to hang
out with. And Jason's like, oh yeah, Hugh Jackman's the kind of guy I think you can like go to the local bar and have a drink with him or whatever. And he sings and dances. And Jason's wife just started laughing at him. Like, singing and dancing is high on your list of guys you want to hang out with.
Maybe. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
All right.
Let's do our top 5.
All right. In honor of the Oscars and Leonardo DiCaprio winning his very first, our top 5 this week is our top 5 favorite Leonardo DiCaprio films.
Not the best films, just his favorite. Your favorite.
Just our favorite.
Yes. Scab Jeff, you go first.
My number 5 is Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, it's my number 3.
I really enjoyed that. I really liked Baz Luhrmann. I didn't like. I probably shouldn't bring that one up because it might be on somebody's list because Caprio's in Great Gatsby too, isn't he?
No,
Yes.
he is.
But
it's not on my list.
Not on my list.
Okay.
I like Baz Luhrmann too. I really do.
I didn't like Great Gatsby, but
Well, yeah, you're a
Moulin
big fan of
Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge is
Rouge
one of my
was
favorites.
fantastic.
Yes. Thank you.
Did he do Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? Was that Baz Luhrmann?
Oh, did he?
I don't
Or am
know.
I thinking
I'll
of-
check. I'll check.
But the Romeo and Juliet, I just really like the idea of doing it with all the original
with all the original dialogue, but then updating it to a modern feel, modern times.
Just
when they draw their swords, they got the gun.
Baz Luhrmann did Strictly Ballroom,
Okay.
Romeo and Juliet, Moulin Rouge, Australia. Was the one.
Oh, yeah.
That was not good.
I didn't see that one.
And
So
the
he did
Great Gatsby.
So he did not do Priscilla. Okay.
Correct. So Australian is the second highest grossing Australian film of all time, next to Crocodile Dundee, and right ahead of Happy Feet.
I didn't know Happy Feet was
didn't
Australian.
Yeah. So there you go. Go ahead.
But yeah, I really like Romeo and Juliet, and yeah, I think I pretty much said what I wanted to say about it. But
Time out.
but I had it at number 3 on my list.
Baz Luhrmann, he is developing a new series on Netflix called The Get Down about the birth of hip hop in the 70s. I'll watch it. I like him. So, love Moulin Rouge.
Although I do have to say, I think Harold Perrineau in Romeo and Juliet was excellent as, I think it was Mercutio, if I'm remembering who played what role correctly.
I think I remember more of the text from Romeo and Juliet from that movie than I do.
The long sword, the gun.
Like whenever I tell somebody that I hate them, I always in the back of my head, I hate you, like I hate hell, all Montagues and thee. like what's his face said in the Baz Luhrmann version of the film.
I'll go next since you went last week, Jeff.
Okay.
My number 5 is a tie.
Fuck, you cannot do that.
You cannot do
it's
that.
It's a very limited list, and you're throwing
You
out
are not
fucking
going to have
ties.
these films on it.
If you put Critters 3, I'm punching you.
Oh, I did.
No, I don't have Critters 3 on the list.
I do.
I figured you would.
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy and Critters 3.
3. Critters 3. And the reason is...
Poison Ivy was my number 2.
Was it? No. He plays Guy.
Guy. Well, and I think it's a person named Guy.
Yes.
But it looks like he's being credited as Guy. Hey, Guy.
And the reason is, I'm not kidding. I grew up with those films. I loved the Critters films growing up. And so, you know what? I'm taking it as Critters 3 and Poison Ivy because, Poison Ivy.
Because
Barrymore-
Blake's not here and you can choose 2 in your
And I want to be the
5
creepy
slot.
guy. Blake, come back next week. Woohoo! So, Poison Ivy and Critters 3.
All right.
What's your number 5?
My number 5, just because Scab Jeff is here, I got to go Spielberg.
Don't you dare.
Catch Me If You Can.
My number 1, motherfucker.
Really?
I love Catch Me If You Can.
I actually like Catch Me If You Can, and it's Spielberg.
I love Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, I enjoy it.
You motherfucker. Put it on the board.
Yay! It was number 5 on my list. Sorry.
I don't think it made my honorable mention.
Jay, do you want to talk about it since it was your number 1?
It was just a fun film, and like I love those type of con movies where they don't have to be. I hate the con movies where they're too in your face and too tricky. Ocean's 11 was fun, but it got too convoluted, and it's like everything had to hit just right. Catch Me If You Can, it was just there were some things that hit just right, but it was biographical, and it was really good just the way he did it. And they explained how he did it.
And it had Tom Hanks' Call Handwriting.
That's right. Just turn yourself in.
The thing is, Spielberg knows how to make movies, and he's good at it. But he doesn't believe in his audience, I don't think. And he has to say, hey, I can make this, and I can make you feel it, but I better go overboard and really make you feel it and really understand that this is what you're supposed to feel. Like that stupid red shirt and Schindler's List and AI when the bear holds up the lock of hair, and in the
E.T.
What's it? The movie that just came out, Bridge of Spies. He had a conversation with the guy at the beginning, and then of course the conversation comes back up at the end, and it's like bear holding up the lock of hair moment, and he does that, and it's. I think what makes me so mad about Spielberg is he's a very, very competent filmmaker, but he messes it up.
That should be on his commercials. A very competent filmmaker. Spielberg presents Bridge of Spies. You see what the critics are calling a very competent filmmaker.
But where I was going with that was Catch Me If You Can. He didn't do that. He didn't have. There wasn't that Jeff cringe moment where the bear held up the lock of hair.
Go ahead, Jeff. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is The Aviator.
Really? You like The Aviator? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just asking.
Was that Scorsese?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked I own The Aviator. I think it was one of my honorable mentions. No, it wasn't.
No. I like The Aviator. Don't have a lot to say about it, but it made number 4 on my list.
My number 4? You guys are going to kill me. And this is another one I just love because it's a fun movie. The Quick and the Dead.
That was my number 4.
Yeah! There you go, Jeff. Up high. Woo!
Quick and the Dead was great.
It was a fun movie.
I very well could like it. I never saw it.
Sharon Stone was...
It was Sam Raimi.
Yeah. Gene Hackman was hilarious. Or not hilarious, but he was chewing the scenery everywhere.
I think one of the best death scenes in any Western I've ever seen was Leonardo DiCaprio dying in Quick and the Dead.
Is that with the hole in the heart, or the sun shining through? No, that was Gene Hackman.
And it's like he gets shot and he's like, what? What the hell?
That's
what
right.
the hell just happened? What, am I dying? Am I dying?
I'm not supposed to die. I'm the Quick. Not the Dead.
Nope. Sharon Stone is the Quick.
Oh, well, he thought he was the Quick.
So, I love Quick and Dead. So that was your number 4, Jeff? What's your number 3,
4.
Scab?
I have Django Unchained as my number 3.
That was my number 2.
Ah, fuck. I gotta change that now. That actually should be on it. Yep, I'll put that as my number 3. I completely forgot all about it.
Okay, so you're going to have a tie then for your number 3?
Yeah, I'll drop the other one off my list completely. We're all very fluid here.
Yeah, even though I just saw Django Unchained for the first time about a month ago, I was like, why did it take me so long to see this? For some reason, I wasn't expecting much from it.
He plays a hell of a role in that film.
Man, they all do good. I mean, well, I think Christoph Waltz is one of the best actors out there right now.
So I'm still trying to figure out, did you just change your top 5 because of one that I gave?
Yes.
That's completely against the rules.
Yeah, I'm pulling on Blake.
He actually added it to his list, though.
I'm hobbying the shit out of this.
So you added one that I knocked out?
Yes. To quote Neil Annalise, I'm hobbying the shit out of this.
I just love Tarantino dialogue.
Yeah. I still need to see Hateful Eight. But
I do too. My number 3 was Django Unchained. Jeff, what's your number 3?
My number 3 was Romeo and Juliet.
And your number 2?
My number 2 is Django Unchained.
Okay, well, this is going quick. My number 2 is Wolf of Wall Street. Anyone? No?
It was good. It's not on my. It's on my honorable mention.
Never saw it, so
It was a good movie. It was enjoyable. I think it could have been about 25, 30 minutes shorter because they kind of repeated some of the same things. But I thought he did a fun job in it. I like him playing the smarmy character. He's like, again, kind of like Catch Me If You Can. He's one step ahead of the guys chasing him. So I kind of liked it. And it even made Jonah Hill, tolerable.
yeah. See,
You get to see his penis, don't you?
Yeah.
I never saw it because, I just heard enough about it that it just sounds like it will offend my sensibilities, like how often they cuss in it and everything.
There's a lot of cussing in it. And I don't mind cussing, but it's fucking
he's
ridiculous.
not really a redeemable character.
No, he's not.
And that was what a lot of critics had a problem with. He was the main guy. It seemed to be glorifying the bad stuff, like almost like
kind of like how Wall Street was supposed to make him look bad, and everyone thought it was glorified, and Greed is Good was supposed to be a speech from a villain, and people accepted it as gospel.
Well, Wall Street 2, right? Money Never Sleeps?
No, not Wall Street 2.
Oh, okay. What is your number?
Oh, by the way, I was kidding when I said it offended my sensibilities.
Okay. Just making sure. What's your number 2, Jeff?
he already did that. You just did your number 2.
Okay, so we're going back to Scab Jeff.
Jeff's number 2.
My number 2, Inception.
That's my number 1. I don't understand.
It's a dream inside a dream inside a dream inside of a dream.
I still don't understand what it is about it you don't like.
I find it fucking ridiculous. A dream inside a dream inside a dream. Fucking ridiculous. Didn't like it.
You've never dreamed inside of a dream?
No!
Really? You never have?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Really?
I've woken up and started going on my daily routine and realized I'm still dreaming. And so I woke up again and continued.
It sucks when you go through half your workday and then you wake up, oh, God damn it. God damn it.
I've done that. And I've done that 3 times in one night when I thought I woke up after waking up.
And it's always days when you're stressed about work the next day. So then you get past that in the dream, you get past that point where you think that that you finally got that big stressful thing that you have to worry about at work the next day out of the way. And then you wake up, God damn it.
I feel like Blake sleeps through a lot of Hobie podcasts, so maybe he's doing it.
And then when I finally wake up, I'm not even actually sure I'm awake. I'm like, how do I know this is still not a dream?
You're all fucked up.
But it's not about dream inside of a dream inside of a dream. It's about the fabric of reality. What's real, what's not.
The dreidel is spinning. Yeah, we know.
And
no, you obviously don't.
Dreidel.
You like Terminator, and they time travel in Terminator. So if something not believable is your basis for not liking something,
and I love Christopher Nolan,
you opted for dream inside of a dream over time travel.
I think Inception's overrated.
I mean, I can understand you I don't like it or whatnot, but for you to be oh my God, it's so terrible. It's one of the worst movies ever made.
I never said it was one of the worst movies ever made.
You act like it whenever we bring it up.
Wow, I'm kind of a diva. I can't overact.
I mean, come on.
You think that Critters 3 is better than Inception?
Yes.
I mean, there's only 40 movies to choose from on this list. I love this movie. It's going to be my number 1.
I know, and I was waiting for it so I could mock it.
And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you can't.
Is that your impression of me? That might be the worst impression ever on Hobie.
Let's see if it wins a floppy. For best impression, you get dethroned as best impression.
Shite. That was shite. Okay.
I don't know. Kev, Chris, what do you think? Does that sound like an accurate Jason?
No, it doesn't. I'm Jeff. I got furry ribbies. What's that all boot? Anyways, you're Canadian now.
I'm Canadian, and the only way Jason could let you know who he's doing an impersonation of is to say, I am so-and-so. You have to give the name of the person you're impersonating.
Shut up. Was that your number 2, Scab?
That was my number 2.
What's your number 1?
Celebrity.
Oh. I saw it on IMDb. I don't know what it is.
It's a Woody Allen film.
Oh.
But any Woody Allen film is awesome, better than any Scorsese film.
Oh.
So, or not any Woody Allen film, but most
Yeah,
any.
okay. I could find some that aren't good.
There's some old bad Woody Allen, but most of Woody Allen I think is just fantastic, and it's just the humor is so intelligent, and it's like a very, it seems like an important movie that will be studied by film students in the future, as opposed to the other ones, which are
like Titanic,
more fun.
So what you're saying is the people from Alabama won't get it.
Yeah, the people from Alabama won't like Celebrity.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, VF.
You could send your complaints, Alabamians, to Jeff at Graphic Novice if you ever get the internet. Moving on. Number 1, Catch Me If You Can is mine.
Mine's Inception.
Okay. Nobody had Blood Diamond on there.
I never saw it.
Nobody had Revolutionary Road with Kate Winslet. I was not a big fan of that one.
It was okay, but it was just too slow moving, and
Nobody had Shutter Island.
never saw it.
Ugh.
I saw Shutter Island. I didn't dislike it.
I can't believe The Beach wasn't on anybody's top 5.
Never saw it.
Oh, that was bad too.
Is that Danny Boyle?
Yes.
The Beach looks like one I would probably enjoy.
It was not good.
You wouldn't.
No. Jeff was Scab and I. Nope.
I thought about putting Man in the Iron Mask on there.
Oh, yeah.
But then I found, oh, wait, there's actually movies that I like better than that.
Critters 3.
That didn't make it.
Oh, sorry. So my honorable mention, since I knocked off at number 3, was Gangs of New York.
I had that as my honorable mention.
It went from 3 all the way to honorable mention
Wow.
because of Django Unchained.
I had Revenant and The Departed on there as well.
The Departed was the one that just couldn't fit on my list. I should have hobied it and put it on my list. But
You should have hobied it. But you didn't.
yeah, nobody had The Departed on their list, did they?
No.
Kind of surprised me.
We did get some listener feedback. Chris Richards at Chris365 Flicks. He had The Basketball Diaries, Wolf of Wall Street, Inception, Django Unchained, and Gangs of New York. ... Boom! Let's see. Dr. Number 1 had The Quick and the Dead at number 1. Catch Me If You Can at 2. 3 is Poison Ivy. Wait a minute. I think I'm pretty close to Dr. Number 1.
Probably.
I only have 3 because those are the only ones I've seen. Well, okay.
Who hasn't seen Titanic?
Dr. Number 1.
Obviously. Brian H. at Brian_Hackney. Gangs of New York. The Departed. Django Unchained. Catch Me If You Can. And Blood Diamond. He loses points, though, for The Beach. Good man. Good man.
He loses points for Titanic.
Jack, Rose, Jack, Rose. Let's see.
He loses points for Avatar, and he wasn't even in it. But he was in Titanic, was done by the director
Cameron.
of Avatar, so.
Bad idea of the week, number 520, being directed by James Cameron. So we're going with that.
Well, I wonder where you pulled that one from.
Oh, I had that already for a while. That's how good our podcast is. We just segue right into it.
James Cameron did some good movies.
Yeah. Tell me.
Did
The
Aliens?
Abyss. He did Aliens.
Oh, Abyss.
You didn't like Abyss?
No.
Abyss
Aliens
is good.
Alien. Okay, I'll give you. Okay, that's fine. 1.
I think. What else did he do? Did he do Strange Days?
Oh
Don't know
God!
Strange Days.
You're trying to make a point here, right? No, come on.
Well, James Cameron's a competent director who does good films.
I don't think you
He's a
realize.
competent director.
Just because you say competent doesn't mean that it's good.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Okay, here we go. Avatar 4 is he's making. Avatar 3. Avatar 2. Let's see. Avatar.
Oh, he did Terminator.
We didn't even mention Terminator.
Oh, yeah. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
No, Terminator. We're talking about the good ones.
Oh, sorry. Piranha Part 2, The Spawning. He directed.
Oh, wow.
Aliens.
That wasn't bad.
True Lies.
I liked True Lies. That was a fun movie.
Dark Angel TV series.
Yeah.
I remember liking that, but that was a while back.
He was really good in Prada Part 2. Good for you. So, well, thank you, Scab Jeff, for coming on this week. I'm glad that you came on, even though I destroyed you in the Oscars this year.
7-0.
Yeah, it was a shutout. Not in my favor, though. I feel next year I could get at least one.
Well, maybe if you show up to the Oscars, put it on your calendar now.
Do we know when the Oscars are next year?
February.
I'm
just going to put every Sunday,
March.
every Sunday in March and April and February. I'm just going to put
probably
Oscar.
the last Sunday in February.
Okay, I will put it on there.
Or the first Sunday in March.
You realize your relative's birthday will be the same time every.
Yeah,
well, but not on the same day.
Yeah, it could be different.
But if it's the weekend.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, if it's been on the calendar for a year, then maybe they could push it back to Saturday if it's not the
or
actual
I just won't
day.
show up. Did skip one for an NHL All-Star game. So, okay. Well, thank you, Scab Jeff.
We're still on the air, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Nothing like our daily planner. It's pretty exciting on the air stuff. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad, there's the history. It's the history bad, so bad.